Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with episode 7 of Let's Talk Live. This is a very special episode for me because I once again have to put my foot in somebody's ass. So please make sure that as you come into the room, you like the video. Please make sure you turn on notifications so that you can always see when I'm live. Please make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed. If you'd like to support the channel via Cash App, you may. The details are in the banner on the screen. This episode is dedicated and belongs only to one person, and that is Darius Cooks. It seems that a lot of people do not know who Darius Cooks is. And if y'all hear commotion in the background, that's my washing machine. I am washing my rugs, okay? It seems that a lot of people do not know who Darius Cooks is. So this is just something that is so near and dear to me because this is a person, yet another internet personality, yet another influencer that I really cannot stand. And I have no problem with anybody knowing that. So I was not going to talk about Darius Cooks. I saw Darius Cooks online cosplaying now as a teacher. And I said to myself, you know what, just walk away. And that's what I just scroll away. And that's what I did. And then I came back and I started reading people's comments. And I just said, I really need to say something about this. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to set the scene for y'all and let y'all know how it's going to be. I'm going to try to keep things as cohesive as I can. I'm going to try to paint the best picture that I can and get my point across about this particular influencer and my thoughts on him. Everything that I say that is not in a news article, that's not in some type of court document is alleged. I'm just a girl. And I just am telling a story. Okay. So just want to put that out there. I ain't scared of nobody, but I'm going to tell y'all a couple stories. Okay. And tell y'all a couple things that might be alleged. So, again, it has come to my attention that a lot of people do not know who Darius Cooks is. So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at a lot of clips. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but I cannot promise it's going to be short and sweet. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to head over to Instagram. I'm going to show you guys my introduction to Darius Cooks and how I know who Darius Cooks is, okay? The very first time I think that I came across him, and all it took for me was one video. It just took one video for me to see if this person to know that I never wanted to see them again. They were doing too much. So we're going to give y'all who don't know and are not familiar with this man a brief introduction. And then we're going to go on his page. And then we're going to go into why we're talking about him today, because he is super viral right now. And I'm trying to figure out if he's super viral for the right reasons, like he should be. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Little adobo. That's all I got left. So I'm gonna add some salt to that. Okay? So a little adobo. I'm gonna sneeze. I might sneeze. Sorry. Put you a little sazon in here. Okay? Now just go with me. I don't want to hear your mouth. Just go with me. Okay? I know my grandmother don't use sazon. This is an adaptation. Okay? Of grandmama's recipe. Old Bay. Why? Because they got all the seasoning in there. Okay? Okay, throw you a little piece of smoked paprika in here. Put that in there, okay? Ooh. Jesus. Put you a little piece of lemon pepper. Okay? This is lemon pepper. We're going to put it on the seasoning part of our fish. This is a little adobo. That's all I got left. So I'm going to add some salt to that. Okay? So a little adobo. I'm gonna sneeze. I might sneeze. Sorry. Put you a little.
I think the video may have started over. I think that y'all get the point. So if you look, you will see This is a very large and in charge, very sassy, very rotund black man, bald black man. Okay. I'm not going to call him what I want to call him. If you took a look at this video, you will see that this is the type of content that he makes. He is an online chef. He's a cook, right? But this is one of the first videos that I ever saw of him that I think was, if I saw it, it had to have been kind of pretty viral because I don't do and watch a lot of cooking channels. And as you can see, he's extra. That's kind of what he is like. He is very extra. He's trying to add like a little bit of humor. He's sassy. So you see it. Okay. So we're going to today go over to Darius Cooks' page. I want y'all to take a look at the following. This is just on Instagram only. We know that these days, everybody is, has social media, all the social media platforms is what I'm trying to say. They got TikTok, they have Facebook, they have, whatever. Instagram, this man has 680,000 followers, okay, that follow him. So we're going to take a look. Let's go down his page before we get to, the main event. We're going to look at these AI thumbnail video covers because that's what they are. Everybody is tired, I guess. Everybody is tired of, doing the work for real. I will never understand how the hell you're a cook, but you don't want to just take the pictures and make a thumbnail of the shit that you cooked. But that's okay. That's why we have AI. So let's just go down. You see it. You see that these are the things that he allegedly makes. We're not going to do too much. Again, he is trying to be humorous and appeal to his followers, who we will be talking about a lot in this video. We will be talking about the demographic of people who specifically support this man. Because when we are talking about people and we're kind of doing these little mini deep dives where we're talking about, why is this, the controversy? What did this person do? Why are they famous? How do we know them? What did they do? Right? We have to always ask the question, who are their biggest supporters? Okay? You can take a look at this man and probably guess who his biggest supporters are. Darius Cooks has huge platforms. He is a cook allegedly. Okay? Y'all see it in the chat. He's a cook who can't cook. Okay? So with that being said, this is what he does. This is what he's been known for. I hate that I'm just showing y'all these tasty AI pictures because they look real good to me, but they're AI. This is what he's known for. Darius Cooks has been on the internet for a very long time. This is not a new person. This is not somebody who just popped up on the scene. Darius Cooks has been on the scene for a very long time, okay? And he's more than a cook. He has some other talents too that we're going to talk about, okay? Tons of supporters that defend him on all platforms. We're going to get into the comments. So this is just the introduction right now. But interestingly enough, this is a person who is a cook. He is known for cooking. But a lot of people have found and seen a video of him crying on the internet. I do believe that we talked about people who get on the internet and cry in a previous Let's Talk Live episode. And what we pretty much came up with is that if you are crying on the internet, you are desperate for attention. You need attention. You need everybody to... Tyrese, that's who we were talking about. We were talking about Cryreese. Yet another... Again, these people, they're all starting to look the same, right? Bald head. Okay, black, bald head, and crying. We deduce that if you are getting online and you're crying, you're looking for attention, you're looking for validation, okay? And you want everybody to stop what they're doing and look at you. As we get into knowing more and finding out more about who Darius Cooks is, you're going to realize that that's so on brand for him, okay? We're going to take a look at this video that has gone super, super viral. When I tell you that this man is on Yahoo News, he's on Black Star. I think I saw The Root reporting on him, all types of news outlets. It is blowing my mind how this is so overblown, and it's not being overblown to me for the right reasons. We're going to talk about this right message, wrong messenger, but yet we don't care who the messenger is. We're going to get into all of that because it's all very relevant. Let's go ahead and watch this video.
So I am on my lunch break. It is, I don't know, 11:30 or something like that. And I just finished a 3-hour class. We have what's called block, and block is where first and second periods are combined for subjects that need it. And so I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish. We had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence complete to write. I gave them the sentence stems. I basically completed the sentence for them in the model. These are 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words. I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it. I don't know. I simply don't know where the problem is. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write. They cannot write. They can reason. They have the ability to defend their reasoning if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, and they couldn't do it. Our young black men, our young brown men, our young black girls, and our young brown girls oh God. So I am.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear about a couple things. First thing, Darius Cooks, and his real name is Darius Williams. I'm referring to him as Darius Cooks because that is what he is known by online. Let's be clear. Darius Cooks is an actor. When he hit that button where he ended the video, he said, "and scene." Okay? This is an actor. Let's be very clear about that. The tears, them overly big, scary looking red eyes, the shuddering. This is an actor. This was a performance. Okay? And we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna try to find a video that I can play at a faster speed so that I can go through it and break it down. But we must acknowledge that this is an act. Now, you might be wondering, just like I'm wondering, or was wondering, but I'm not anymore. I was at first. Why is this man even in? If you know who this is, you're wondering, why the hell are you in the classroom anyway? Where you get that badge from? You would have to know a little bit about this person to know why this is so disingenuous and why it's so fake. And my favorite part of it is the ending where we're talking about how this is a problem that is affecting Black boys and Black girls because Darius is so concerned about the Black community. Make no mistake that before we get up off of here and I say goodnight to you guys, we're going to talk about why Darius Cooks doesn't give a damn about the Black community. We're gonna talk about it throughout the video. This was an act, and a damn good one. I'm gonna give it to him. A damn good one. And you know why I'm gonna give it to him is because if I didn't know who he was, and if I was one of these black women who see a black man and I instantly start feeling my ovaries contract, and I instantly start feeling, a tingle inside of me that's telling me to reach out and hug him. If I was one of those types of black women, this would touch me. It would inspire me. It would touch me and inspire me. And hello, everybody in the chat. Good evening to everyone in the chat. Frankie T, I'm not saying that he's an actual actor, but baby, he's an actor. He is an actor. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised Tyler Perry ain't picked up Darius Cooks. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm surprised that he hasn't found his way. He's in Atlanta. I'm surprised he hasn't found his way to Tyler Perry Studios to get his booty rubbed on and get a little something put in his drink and have fun and hang out in the hot tub with Tyler. I'm surprised about that. But that's neither here nor there. And y'all, please hold me accountable and do not let me get carried away. Do not let me get carried away on this live stream, because I promise you I will do it. Okay? Now, with that being said, we're going to break this down. We're going to go a little bit slower, but we're not going to spend too much time on it. But we're going to break it down. Okay? Because I just want to talk about why. I want to talk about the points that are being made. And we have to break it down and make it a little bit slower. A little bit faster, but slower, if that makes sense. So we're going to head over to TikTok. First comment I see is somebody saying, I can't believe y'all believe him. Again, I'm shocked and confused that nobody knows who this person is. That y'all ain't never seen this man before.
$11:30 or something like that. And we have what's called block, and block is where first and second periods are combined for subjects that need it. And so I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish. We had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence. Gave them the sentence stems. These are 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words.
I want to stop it right here for a sec. I don't know if he said this clip is a little bit shorter than the one we just watched on Instagram, but I can manipulate it a little bit better. If you noticed, he mentioned that he's only been in the classroom for 2 days. He's only been in the classroom for 2 days. And I really appreciate y'all being in my chat. I really do. I appreciate y'all for being in my chat, because this is like a passion project right now. It's like a passion project for me. When I don't like somebody, I will damn near try to dedicate my whole life, if I can, if I have time. I gotta have time now. If I don't like you, I will try to dedicate a portion of my life to dragging your ass. So I really appreciate y'all being in my chat and witnessing and just bearing witness. Okay? He's been on the job for 2 days. He is crying and boo-hoo crying, and he's been on the job for 2 days. Let's try to keep going. I might have to go back to the original clip, but I can't. I don't know. Hold on, y'all.
I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it.
Yeah, this is not what I need. We're going to take a small detour. One moment. Because I don't want to play that whole clip back over again. I cannot manipulate it on Instagram. That's what I don't like about Instagram right now. Is that I cannot manipulate the video the way I need to manipulate it. And unfortunately, a lot of these TikToks are just clips. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We back. Y'all just please, just ride with me. Just ride with your girl tonight. Okay, please. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this up and I'm gonna give a little bit of commentary and then we're gonna move forward because this is the focal point, right? We want to focus on this video because this video is the reason why we are here. Otherwise, I would not be talking about Darius Cooks. I ain't thought about Darius Cooks, bald head, milk dud head, and I don't know how long. Okay, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this video. So we are going to focus on this video. And if I miss anything, if I leave anything out, please, y'all, let me know. Okay? And we're going to talk about the comment on the screen. Let's get into this video real quick so I can say my little talking points.
Complete to write. I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it. I don't know. I simply don't know where the problem is. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write. They cannot write. They can reason. They have the ability to defend their reasoning if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, they couldn't do it. Our young black men, our young brown men, our young black...
Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. We have to, in this act that we're doing, we must bring up race. We must appeal to Black people's emotions, specifically Black women's. What is the recipe to appealing to Black women's emotions? The recipe to appealing to Black women's emotions is 1, you are Black yourself, specifically Black male. And 2, you're talking about the kids. Okay? This is on TMZ, by the way. This shit is on TMZ. When you see a Black man and he is boohoo crying down and he is clean cut and he is speaking proper English, that's who we want to immediately be the representative. There's something that clicks in a lot of Black people's mind that instantly tells them this is the representative, this is a trusted person, this person and everything that they say is valid. They are trying to appeal. This man is trying to overly appeal to your emotions by crying. And this is why I'm saying this is an actor. First and foremost, you've been on the job for 2 days. If you boohoo crying like this on the job after 2 days, you need to leave. And that goes for any job. If you've been on the job for less than 16 hours and you're boohoo crying like that, you need to go home. You're emotionally unstable and you don't need to be around nobody kids. So let's start there. Number 2, how many educators on TikTok alone, that's where I've seen 99% of them. How many educators on Teacher Talk and all these things go online and talk about how these kids cannot read? Amongst a host of other things that they complain about. How many educators in the past, I don't even know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, use their social media platforms to go online and vent about how their jobs are hard because they're dealing with kids that they can't teach. And they're dealing with parents who don't care. Darius Cooks is not saying anything that deserves to be on TMZ or plastered in the newspaper. Because I feel like next I'm going to see his ass on a billboard. I feel like next I'm going to see his ass in a fucking McDonald's commercial. I really don't know. I feel like next I'm going to be seeing him getting a key to the city because he is sitting online on his phone doing what he does professionally. He's not a teacher professionally, doing what he does professionally, which is being in his phone and being fucking messy. Because this is messy. It's messy. There is no genuine concern for these children And I don't care if I don't care how many buckets of tears he cries. There is no genuine concern for children when it comes to Darius Cooks. This is a person who is motivated by nothing but pure fucking greed. And I'm going to show y'all that. Allegedly. Remember, I am just a girl and these are all allegations. Okay? This is some made up shit that I'm talking about. I'm going to show y'all that this person is motivated by nothing other than pure greed. Okay? Exactly. Because this is all building up to something. Let me tell y'all something. Ain't nobody getting on the internet crying for free. Ain't nobody getting on the internet showing their face and crying for free. They're not doing it. If I'm getting on the internet and I'm shedding tears and I'm boohoo crying in my phone, trust me, I'm about to ask you for some money. I'm about to ask you for some GoFundMe money. I'm about to ask you for some money for this nonprofit organization that I want to start in my community to help Black boys and Black girls who can't read. Y'all, we have talked about Dr. Umar a little bit. We have talked about Cheyenne Bryant. We have talked about these grifters. The first person that comes to my mind is really Dr. Umar. I need y'all helping me with the kids. So hit the Cash App. So write me a check. So send me some Red Lobster gift cards. Send me some Cheesecake Factory gift cards because I need to help these kids and build this school. Darius Cooks is on his way to this. He's soft launching this. A very strong soft launch. And again, I have to give it to him because if I was a brain dead bitch, I would look at this shit and go, oh my God, he loved the kids. Oh, he loves the kids. He's all about the kids and their education. But I thank God that I'm not. I'm very grateful that I know when a person is being genuine and sincere and when they're not. Even if I didn't know who this man was, I would still believe that he's doing too much. Because you're on here, you got your badge showing with your name. You got the badge showing with the school name. You're sitting up here talking about how you have a class full of 17-year-olds. They're seniors. It would be very easy for people to figure out where you are, what class you teach, and who you might be talking about. So you're doing what a lot of people already do on the internet. You're doing too much and you're overexposing. And again, I want to finish this point and I want to make this very clear. Darius Cooks ain't shedding no spotlight on kids being illiterate. America, period, has a literacy problem. And if I had a little bit more time, we'll go into it and we'll talk about the numbers. But I'm not going to go there. Y'all can simply go on TikTok and go in the comment section. Don't nobody know the difference between your, there. Don't know where and were. Nobody knows the difference between any of these words. Okay? America has a literacy problem. So be very for real. When we're talking about children not knowing how to read and not knowing how to write, who is to blame for that? And how many other educators have already pointed that out? Many. I've seen many. I don't know about y'all. I don't be on teacher talk like that. But every now and then, I will see a video of a teacher breaking down. They're frustrated. They're tired. They ain't making enough money. And these kids are giving them hell. And most importantly, they can't teach them shit. Darius Cooks is right now we're acting like Darius Cooks is shedding light on something that, a problem in America that has never been talked about before. That's bullshit. It's because he's Black and he's a man and he's crying. And I'm going to tell y'all something about America. America loves fake shit. The media loves fake shit. And they love to purport Black men a certain type of way when they put them in the media. They must be soft. They must be gay. They must be crying and they must be super overly emotional. This shit is sensational right now. I have literally seen this all day on my phone. And not just because maybe because I'm Googling and I'm, researching and trying to come on here to talk shit with y'all. But baby, I have seen it. I have seen his face printed everywhere today. This is on TMZ. Darius Cooks is the first educator to get online and be emotional about students in the classroom they're frustrated or they're saddened by the fact that the kids are not learning or not teachable. Why Darius Cooks? Why him? What's the reason? And what I have to ask Darius is, why the hell are you in a classroom and not in that fucking kitchen making us some collard greens with some watermelon in them? Because that's his specialty. I'm not making that up. I would never say no shit like that. I would never say no shit like that. My mind couldn't make some shit like that up. That's the type of stuff that he does. He goes in the kitchen and he plays and he calls himself a cook. He goes in the kitchen and he plays and he calls himself a cook. That's his expertise. Why are you in a classroom? How the hell did you get a badge? And everyone is if you read these comments, everybody is so moved by this man and what he's saying and them big ass chompers. Like that little wind up toy with them fucking teeth that go, and that's what Darius, that's what you look like. With them big ass teeth. And these eyeballs that's rolling so far off to the goddamn side. How many times y'all think he went over this and practiced this? I'm trying not to spend too much time on this video, but I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted that everybody is so easily manipulated. So easily manipulated. And it just goes to show that this man, and I'm gonna give people credit where credit is due. He's good at what he does. Okay? He's good at this. Emotionally manipulating Black women specifically. And we're going to get into it. Okay? We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Again, hello everybody in the chat. I'm going to read this comment. Parents and kids are addicted to screens and social media, and no child left behind lowered academic standards. Now, I got a little off topic, so I'm going to try to get back on this, because what I want to say as far as the children and the children's literacy, again, the parents are not literate. Go on Facebook, go on TikTok and read the comments. Hell, go on YouTube under a video you just watched and read the comments. America has a literacy problem. A lot of people do not understand that it is not the school's job to teach your children how to read and how to do math and how to write. Okay? The reality is that schools were invented and created because people had to go to work. Grown-ups had to go to work. And somebody needed to watch the children so the children don't burn the cabin down or drown in the lake. Okay? It's a free public education. It's only going to be but so damn good. And it also is really worth noting that this is a generational thing as well. The kids are 100% addicted to screens. That is correct. They are 100% addicted to social media. That is correct. Back in my day, at the risk of sounding like a damn grandma, back in my day, if you were stupid, people made fun of you. If your ass didn't know how to read, if the teacher called on you and said, read this paragraph, and your ass was, and you didn't know what to say, and you didn't know how to read, baby, your whole day was going to be fucked up. Your whole day was going to be messed up. Okay? And everybody, when every time the teacher called you, everybody going to go, oh my God, it's going to take this motherfucker 25 minutes to read this paragraph. There used to be a time when there was shame in being slow and just being dumb. There used to be a time when that was embarrassing and you didn't want that. There used to be a time when failing grades, that sounded like somebody getting the death penalty. That was the equivalent as a child of somebody going to death row. Okay? Hearing about somebody that somebody you knew personally. Oh, they got to repeat the 3rd grade. They got to go back to 7th grade. It sounds like, damn, we ain't never going to see them again. Now, it's not like that. It's not. These kids do not care about reading and writing. They don't. They care about being on phones and being on screens. They care about going on YouTube and watching shit on YouTube and going on TikTok and being on Instagram. They care about how they look. They care about how their hair looks. They care about wearing makeup. They care about wearing certain shoes and certain sneakers and certain clothes. And it's always low-key been like that as a child. You do care about how you look, right? But there's such an emphasis on it because when you're on social media all day, you're just comparing yourself to a bunch of strangers. Again, back in our day, we didn't have social media first day of school. Let me see what everybody else pulling up to school in. No. You wear what you wear, and everybody else got on what they got on when you get there. Okay? It's so different for them. And the emphasis on education is just not there. So we must be honest about that. The emphasis on education for these children is not there. So what he's saying is not wrong. I'm not going to say that what he's saying is wrong. What I'm going to say is that he's being very disingenuous because he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He's been a teacher for 2 days. He's been a teacher for 2 days and he is literally in shambles, allegedly. Because these tears are paid actors. The tears are paid actors. He doesn't care. So this is my thing. If somebody says something and makes a point and they're right, but I know for a fact that they don't truly care about what they're talking about, they really don't give a damn if kids ever learn how to read or write properly. They're literally trying to make this shit content, and we're going to look at his page and look at how he's trying to do this rebrand as a teacher and make this a whole thing. Why do I have to pretend like I'm okay with this person or pretend like it shouldn't matter what he's done in the past? Pretend like it shouldn't matter the people that he's stolen from and all the things that he's done because he's saying something that's right. What I was thinking about this morning is, I don't really want to hear the Joker talk about peace and love. I don't want to hear a supervillain talk about how we need to strengthen the community. It means nothing coming from you because you don't believe it. If you believed it, your actions would show it. I don't know what Darius Cooks is doing right now. We're gonna try to check in and see. We have a video from a young lady that's telling us, I paid for something, I didn't get it. So it sounds like he's still doing the same things that he was doing before. But if you're a supervillain and you're telling me we should care about kids, I can't believe you. Because based off of how you live your life and the reputation that you have and things that it has been proven that you've done, you don't care. So shut the fuck up. That's how I feel. I don't care if he's right. I want Darius Cooks to shut the fuck up with this fake ass shit. You are a grown ass man and you look stupid. You look dumb. You look so stupid and dumb. And anybody who fall for this shit and this is tugging at your heartstrings, you're stupid and dumb too. You're stupid and dumb too. Because what I have realized is that every time a black man open his mouth and say anything, here y'all come to be marching behind him and agree. And again, I don't care if what he's saying is right. We need to talk about who this person is. We need to talk about who he is. If Donald Trump get his orange ass on the screen and start talking about community and family, bitch, I don't want to hear that shit from you. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say, bitch. Period. Because you're a supervillain. You can't say anything that will make me feel no type of way, even if I agree with it. I don't care. Okay? Period. And that's how I feel about Darius Cooks. I don't care what he say. Why is his ass on TMZ? Y'all giving him exactly what he wants. Is to be on TMZ and Yahoo News. And what's really going to piss him off? What's really going to piss him off is this, that y'all not focusing. And this is why we're going to finish this clip and then we're going to get into this news clip. Darius Cooks is pissed because y'all are not focusing on this video of him crying. Let me stop. Let's finish it. And then let's move into the aftermath.
Girls, young brown girls. Oh God.
Bitch, some teeth about to fall out at any moment. That's why he had to keep his hand in front of his face, because them teeth are about to literally clitter clatter on the damn desk right in front of him. Okay? He got to hold them teeth in place. We're going to move on. Because when you go viral and people can see you, you get a lot of attention. Okay? When you go viral and people see you, you get a lot of attention. Now, it's a lot of good attention. Okay? And it's a lot of people who say, I know that ain't who I think it is. Because that's exactly what I said when I saw that. I know that's not Darius Cooks. Yes, they are getting bullied. They are getting bullied. We talked about, again, I'm going to bring this up again. We talked about Jocelyn and posting a video of Bonnie Bella singing her Mandarin song. And I was telling y'all that the comments, they're in the comments like, oh, this is irritating. Nobody wants to see an intelligent, bright, funny Black child. Okay? They don't want to see it. They want to see the kids singing "Where All My Scamming Ass Niggas At." Okay? Nobody wants to see children who are reading books and reading beyond their grade level and comprehending what they're reading. No one cares. We want to see kids do TikTok dances. We want to see kids with the freshest shoes on. We want to see kids, what they say? I don't know, child, putting that shit on. Is that what the kids say? We don't want to see all that shit. Yes, they are getting bullied. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. This is about attention. So, speaking of attention, right? Speaking of attention, this went viral. This is a huge video. Let me tell y'all what some people who I like. I like people who see some shit and say, hell no. I like some people who say, let me get on my computer right now and send the news an email. Because I know that ain't who I think it is. Darius Cooks made this video with these chompers about to fly out his mouth and these overly wet ass tears and his big bulging red eyes. And a lot of people contacted the fucking news. Let's stop right there. Okay? Imagine you make a post on social media, boo-hoo crying, because you are trying to create this image that you care so much about kids and you are such an advocate for the Black community. And instead of, now, don't get me wrong, you got thousands of people who this has touched them. This has touched them. They're probably they didn't know who he was and they said, smash that follow. Let me see if he got a way for me to donate to him. And then you had a sector of people who said, I'm going to contact the fucking news because I need to know if you belong in a classroom. I need to know how you got in a classroom. And that's the type of bitch that I am. I'm the type of bitch that I don't really give no damns about all this crying. I want to know how you got in a classroom with other people's children and what credentials you have to be in a classroom with other people's children. And since you have been contacted and made contact with the news before because of previous actions that you've done, these women, and I'm sure it was some men too, contacted the news to try to figure out why the hell he was there in the first place. So we're going to watch a clip. This clip is from Real One Reports. Okay, Real One is a news correspondent. Okay, the news correspondents be on TikTok. They make their little videos and stuff like that to get engagement to come to their page. Let's watch this video.
A lot of people have been saying, what makes Darius Cooks qualified to be a teacher?
I've quickly learned about Darius Williams, or Darius Cooks. First off, plenty of people say they resonate with the message he shared in this video with students' inability to read and write. Plenty of people say they agree with him on that. But what I've seen the focus is on his credentials to be a teacher.
Quietly over the summer, I did all of the coursework and passed my content exam to become a certified teacher in the state of Texas by the Texas Education Agency. There's 3 parts to being certified. The first is coursework, finished it months ago. The second is content exam, passed it months ago. The third piece, getting my field hours, couldn't get them until school started. I'll have it done. Should be certified in a couple of weeks. I'll show you the certificate when it comes.
In the video, Williams says he is a certified teacher in Texas, but then he goes on to say that he's still working on the final step of qualifications, that in-field experience. So I went looking to see if his claims are true. I went to the Texas Education Agency website for teacher certification lookup. I put in his name, as you see there, and there are a few Darius Williams, but none match up the dates he said in his video. And as of now, there isn't a way to look up uncertified teachers for the state database, but uncertified teachers are allowed in the state of Texas. We're also hearing from HISD now. They sent me a statement this afternoon saying, quote, Houston ISD has a sense of urgency about ensuring every student graduates prepared for college, career, and life. We know some students enter high school significantly below grade level, and helping those students accelerate their learning is among our most important responsibilities.
Okay, so that video was a little bit low. I hope that y'all were able to hear that, but we're going to go through and break it down. First thing I want to do is stop right here. I want to stop right here. These are some of the, you guys might not be able to see it, but I'm going to read it to you. These are some correspondence that the news noticed. They were either reached out to or they noticed, but they clipped them and they put them in this video. It's a little small, but I'm going to read it. First one is from somebody. They say, yep, to my knowledge, he got in trouble for ruining a bunch of Airbnbs while trying to sell his whiskey food. Somebody said he's been a scammer and everything else. This person said for over 10 years, go ahead and research. Okay, this one here, the bottom one says, absolutely, he is a crook and a scammer. His emotions may be real, girl, please, but he shouldn't be teaching anyone anything. The middle one says, I would like to know if y'all did, give me a sec. I would like to know if y'all did any background research on this man first, because this is about to turn into a saga. Chanel Mabel said that. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on that particular comment. I want to know if y'all did any research on this person first, because this is about to turn into a saga. Remember, this is an actor. This is a news outlet. Okay? This is a news outlet. These people went on here to try to find this man's credentials to determine if he is eligible to be in a classroom with students. And the reason why they did it is because people contacted them and said, do y'all know who this is? Do you guys know what this guy is known for? And I think there was one other one that he put on the screen real big. Hold on. I might have missed it again. This is crazy. Okay, so then we have Miss Alabrand. She said, yeah, I'm not sure he's the right person to be teaching kids, honestly. However, teachers have been saying this for years. An influencer goes online against policy, I'm assuming, and make a video. Now people want to take it serious. This is the comment right here. This is the comment right here. This is the one. I'm not sure if Darius Cooks should be in a classroom with kids either. And he is 100% an influencer. Absolutely. Now she says it's against policy. It might be. It might be. I have not gone too that deep into it, it might be. But that is 100% correct, because that's what I'm getting. What I'm getting is that when Darius Cooks says it, then we'll take it serious. So this just stuck out to me that people felt the need to try to contact and make contact with the news, or that the news is taking these comments and they're highlighting them. Because there is, even though there's so many people saying yes, 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 there's always people in the background who get shoved into the background who are saying, well, everything that y'all are seeing that's looking and sounding good ain't what it looks and sounds like. So we're going to talk about scams. Okay? We're going to talk about scams. We're going to talk about paying for something and you don't get what you pay for. Have y'all ever bought something and you didn't get what you paid for? Has anybody ever purchased anything? Are you like me and you're a consumer and you be buying stuff? Have you ever bought something and you didn't get what you paid for? How did it make you feel? Let me refresh a couple things. How did it make you feel when you purchased something, but you didn't get what you paid for? Okay? And what did you do about it? What could you do about it, right? Then we have to talk about customer service and the people that you bought the shit from, how did they handle it? Let's go back to Darius's page, because now that this video, oh God, I'm telling y'all, I'm laughing to keep from screaming because it sickens me. It sickens me. We got a lot of clips to watch, so let me move forward. Now, let's go on Darius's page. We're going to first watch this whole video because the news clipped it. But we're going to listen to him explain to us why he is qualified to be a freaking teacher. Okay? Y'all have to decide if y'all believe what the fuck he say or not. Y'all have to decide if even if what he's saying is true, if it's appropriate for him to be in a classroom with kids, knowing that he is an opportunistic influencer who only cares about going viral. Let's just watch it.
What's up, people? Hope everybody's doing extremely well, all right? This will be my first and last time addressing this, all right? First and last time. I guarantee you won't hear anything else come out of my mouth. Now, a lot of people have been saying things like, we see Darius Cooks as a teacher. A lot of people have been saying, what makes Darius Cooks qualified to be a teacher? I kind of don't tell all my business on the internet anymore, so I know a lot of you guys are not aware. Let me break it down for you. I graduated with a second bachelor's degree from Berklee College of Music this past summer. As a matter of fact, it was in April is when I graduated. I posted it. You said I lied about it. That's fine. I've also since enrolled in American College of Education. I'm currently working on a master's degree in education. I'm studying for curriculum and instruction. I am currently in my third term at the school, and I am currently 1B and 2As in. Also, quietly over the summer, I did all of the coursework and passed my content exam to become a certified teacher in the state of Texas by the Texas Education Agency. There's 3 parts to being certified. The first is coursework, finished it months ago. The second is content exam, passed it months ago. The third piece, getting my field hours, couldn't get them until school started. I'll have it done. Should be certified in a couple of weeks. I'll show you the certificate when it comes. Also, because of my content area, I also must be ServSafe certified. So I've also reapplied, retested, and I am now a certified ServSafe manager as well. So I have all of my certifications lined up. Also, I know a lot of you said, oh, he has a felony. He has a background. I told you I didn't. You believed whoever said I did. You got to pass a state and a federal background check and fingerprints. Mine came back clean. I told you I had never been in trouble. You believed whoever said whatever they said. Now you can see I was right. Okay. So for those of you who may have an issue or a problem with me teaching young adults, take the charge. You do it. You get certified. You walk into these high schools. You get a classroom. You stand in front of 22 kids each period, and let me see how well you do.
I'm muted, y'all. I'm talking that shit and I'm muted, y'all. I'm going to stop the video right there. I apologize for that. I'm going to stop the video right there. Darius is acting like he's been on the job for 25 years. He's been on the job for 2 days. He said that out of his own mouth. He said out of his own mouth he's been on the job for 2 days. He is suddenly the caped crusader for teachers. Darius Cooks has managed to overnight become the face of educators and child advocates. It's amazing what the power of tears and being a man, being a Black man and being in tears, it's amazing what type of power you will have overnight. He is so upset that we got something to say about him that he telling y'all, if you got something to say about it, you get in the field. You get in the field if you really got all that shit to talk. This motherfucker been on the job for 2 days, y'all. And he's such an attention whore that he couldn't even just do a job without trying to go viral. He's such a freaking attention whore that he couldn't even just clock in and go to freaking work without trying to make this shit all about him. This shit ain't got nothing to do with no kids. This is all about him. And he has the audacity to sit up here and try to challenge everybody else. I challenge y'all to come and be at a school for 48 hours like I was. Excuse me, for 16 hours. And stand in front of these kids like I am. Stand in front of 20 kids. Baby, we all was in school, Darius. We all were students at one point. We all were children. We all had to be in a classroom. We all had to stand in front of a classroom and talk to our peers and be around our peers. We were not teaching, but yeah, what are you saying? There's nothing profound about what you're saying. It's bullshit. It's defensive bullshit. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but in this last clip that we watched with the young Black man, the news person, this video has gone so viral that the school released a statement. He is online calling these people kids so fucking stupid that the school had to release a statement saying, yeah, we do the best we can. We do the best we can. Thank you. This is an attention whore, but I'm gonna let the attention whore finish.
I love you. I'll see you in a little bit. We cooking live tonight. Take care.
Okay, he done. So let's continue. All right. And I can't believe I was muted, but that's okay. Let's go down and let's look at some of these posts. Okay. This is what we call a rebrand. Okay. I'm not a PR lady. I'm just a girl sitting in my house in my little rocking chair. Okay. I'm just a girl. But this is what we call a rebrand. This is what we call, it's time to move to something different where there's a little bit more money. I want you guys to notice that, and know, not notice, to know that everything people do online is for money. Ain't nobody performing for free. Okay? So this is what we call a rebrand. I have been cooking and I have been scamming, allegedly. I have been defrauding, allegedly. I have been starting businesses that I've asked people for money for, that have gone into the ground, that are permanently closed and will never open, allegedly. And now it's time for me to move on to something else. I want everyone to know when a person is a scammer, or people are scammers. They cannot do the same scam for too long. They must move. The block has been real hot for Darius in the past. He's very comfortable right now. So he is comfortably shifting into a rebrand. What better okay, we love a chunky, sassy black male cook. But what else what could we love more? What could Black America, mostly Black aunties, love more than a chef? They love a teacher. They love a man who has a soft spot for kids and loves kids and advocates for kids. We have to continue upgrading the grift, because this is a grift. Okay? Now, if you look at him here, he's in the classroom. Okay? He's asking everybody, do they want a classroom tour? Let's watch a couple of these videos. Y'all get it. Y'all see it. This is content. Okay? This is content. It's all about attention. It's all about content. More than anything, it's about content. Just these first few comments. The sky, if the sky is a limit was a person, sheesh, I have watched you do it all. Have a great school year. Okay? If you scroll these comments, baby, this ain't nothing but Black women. This ain't nothing but Black women. And they're eating this shit up. Darius is acting. This is an act. He's sitting here filming himself playing with thumbtacks. That's how goddamn stupid he think y'all are. Okay, let's keep moving. This is his first day of school.
Show of hands, who does not know why the 118 is important? Beautiful. That's all I asked you for. Beautiful. Right here, what you got? It's under temperature. That's exactly correct, right? Now do me a favor, give me that same answer, but use one of these words: welcoming, serving, or caring. Bad why? Come on, Chicken Shack, come on.
Oh my God.
You're thinking about 30 seconds. You're thinking about what you just saw. You're not talking. You're just thinking. Well, who question was your question? Yeah. It's a great question. I love the question. Are they going door to door? That is the first question. All right. Oh. 5 seconds. I didn't say talk. You're using your whiteboard to communicate. All right. What bacteria can exist? None can. Thank you for being engaged enough to answer that question. Thank you guys for listening and engaging back with him. That was fantastic. Okay. To see the answers, whiteboard's up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I should see a whiteboard. Everyone should have a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think.
I know. I didn't want you to see that yet. All right. So we got 3 prompts on the side. Number 1, what evidence shows that this became a serious problem in the school? About anything, the unknown. You already gave me one unknown. So I know you know it because you already gave me. You already thinking ahead of the game.
The camera's propped up. Okay. On him, as it should be. I personally don't think that teachers should be allowed at all, 100% at all, to film inside of classrooms. I do not care if the kids are on camera or not. I do not care. I think that every single step that can be taken to protect their anonymity and protect their protect a place where they're going every single day needs to be taken. And if you look at this video, he's wearing a t-shirt. The t-shirt has the school name on it. Again, like I mentioned before, you're sitting up here talking about how these kids can't read, they can't write, and you're exposing the school that they go to. So right off the rip, what about this is giving that I love and care about these kids? You have exposed where these kids go to school. You have exposed who you're talking about. These kids, no doubt, by the end of tonight, if they haven't seen it all day long today, will have seen this video. And they will believe that you're talking about them. 100%. Y'all are commenting, and I'm not even looking at the comments. I'm so sorry. Yeah. The school of hell, nah. Yes. Yeah, we're going to expose him. I'm going to try real hard not to keep y'all too long. But we have to talk about it. I have to talk about this or I'm going to explode. If I don't talk about this, I'm not going to make it through the night. Okay? Yes. Many teachers have shifted into being content creators in addition to teaching. I imagine he's just modeling this new grift after their content. Exactly. Because they do exactly this. They film themselves doing, let me decorate my classroom, and they show themselves doing this. I personally do not believe teachers should be filming in their classrooms. And this is a great point. Why is he recording within the first 2 days? He should be connecting with and getting to know his students and new coworkers. Something about this is weird. This is a weird ass man. He specializes in weird. This is so valid because, when you go, even when you were a student at a school, right? Even when you were just like, let's say you've already been at the school, you were there last year and the year before, but even when you just come back to school, it's like, I know that y'all can think about going back to school and how that felt. Like when I think about it right now, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous thinking about it. It's so much. It's so overwhelming. It's so much information. It's new people. There's people you haven't seen in a while. Like it's a lot. It's a lot, right? And his focus is I need to get my best angle. I need to be doing these really exaggerated movements, and I need to be being as extra and acting and action. You know what I'm saying? He ain't worried about connecting with these kids because he doesn't care about them. And again, we have to just continue going, listing the ways that he doesn't care about kids. We're going to get into him talking about, into him not caring about Black people, period. Since he made this point of letting us know that, the Black community, or I'm sorry, he said Black boys and Black girls, which we know that makes up the Black community. He doesn't care about that. As a teacher, which is something I've never been, but as a teacher, this is an excellent point. I would be 100% the first few weeks of school. I would be committed to figuring out what these students are like and what they each specifically need from me and how I need to teach my class and what works and what doesn't work in these first couple weeks for these kids. Who needs the extra attention? Who's going to be a problem? And trying to get them all involved so that they all feel comfortable so I can do my job, right? But for a lot of these people, not just this motherfucker right here, for a lot of these people, they're trying to, yes, turn being teachers into content creation, which I understand. I get it, right? If we all could turn our going to work every day and what we do at work every day into content creation, would we not do it, right? And try to make some extra money. But this is one of those things, to me, it's right up there with like being like a nurse. Your phone don't have no business being on record in this room. I don't care if we can't see the kid's face. I don't care. This is their space. Regardless of if they want to be there or not, this is their space. And I don't feel like you're respecting their space when you have to show us every nook and cranny of the classroom and why you're such a phenomenal teacher. Yeah. No phones. Like, are we coming in here to play? Or are we coming in here to get real? Are we coming in here to film an episode of College Hill? Or are we coming in this bitch to do our schoolwork? We're talking about how the kids can't read and write, but you know, does it matter? Does it matter? They're all going to be content creators, just like you, Darius Cooks. It's extremely performative. It's extremely, and I'm so glad that you said that word, because that's the word. It's extremely performative. That's all this is for him, is a performance. Okay? Let me refresh, because it's looking janky right now. Now, since this time, this video has gone viral. Like, Donald Trump something about this man. Donald Trump might come out and release this. Donald Trump might declare August 13th, Darius Cooks Day. Donald Trump might come out and declare August 13th, Darius Williams, aka Darius Cooks Day. Okay, for his significant strides in helping the kids. Let's watch this video. This video is posted. This is his day 4 in the classroom, but this comes after this super viral video. So let's watch this one.
It's very clear to see. We're using evidence from the text to be able to prove our point, all right? Take a look at the first one right here, because there are some examples in here that's going to strip us up a little bit. We're staying in the world of biological hazards, right? There are 3. The first one is whiteboard should be up in 5, 4, 3, 2, up high so I can see them high. The board.
And I'm going to stop this real quick because I'm reading the comments, and the comments are saying that this is a demo day. The people in the comments are getting real agitated, okay? Because they want y'all to know our Black King is in this classroom, but it ain't no kids in there right now. He said it's a demo day, okay? He's doing this for whatever purposes. Maybe he's studying. Maybe he's sending it to admin. Y'all need to respect the fact that there's no kids in there, and he already said that. So I'm just letting y'all know that there are no children in the classroom at this time while he is filming this, okay? This is him basically, again, he's rehearsing, okay? It's rehearsal day.
Board, and you have them in front of you. You have highlighted, you have hashtagged, and you have annotated all of the information. So I know that you know the answer to the question I'm about to ask you, but I want you to think critically in this moment. I'm looking for a word, right? In order for this bacteria, this virus, this parasite, or this mold to exist, we already know the conditions must be in a particular order in order for them to survive, right? We're trekking up here. Mr. Jones, we're trekking right here, all right? You've got 3 steps, 3 simple steps. That's it. You got this in the bag, all right? See, let's get that down. That's a fantastic answer. You got to understand that when you do it that way, there might be some risk mitigation that we have to go through. Everybody say risk mitigation. But your evidence, your belief, your thinking, that's all on you. And when we do this again, do not tell me in the next scenario that you can't figure it out or you don't know, because I just heard you apply your critical thinking, looking at the evidence in the text. We're taking out a quick response card. We're taking it out a response card. I'm going to be with you every step of the way from 1 all the way to 6. All right? 1 all the way to 6.
Darius Cooks is rehearsing to be the next Miss Rachel. Ain't that who the kids love? Darius Cooks is rehearsing with that flat booty and that shiny ass head. Darius Cooks is rehearsing to be the next Miss Rachel. He is rehearsing to be Mr. Rachel. Okay? He fake as hell. The way he's sliding around on that floor, he's so fake. I was hoping his foot was slipping. He would just break down into a split and just crack in half. He's so damn fake. It hurts. It hurts. I feel fake watching this. I'm going to be so real with y'all. I feel fake watching this. Okay. But I just had to put that. This is going to turn into something way bigger than what it is. And don't worry, I will keep y'all posted, okay? My blood pressure is already a little high just talking about this. So if it doesn't kill me, I'm going to keep y'all posted. This is going to turn into something else. We're going to be seeing Darius Cooks we're going to see him because he's trying to put himself in a position where he is this. The motherfucker wants us to think he Barney, I guess. I think he wants everybody to trust and love him like he's Barney. That's my generation. For the kids, I think it would be Miss Rachel. We're going to finish this because I need to get my thoughts together and I need to see where we're going next. So let's finish this rehearsal.
So I have 3, all right? You have 3 opportunities in this moment to write for 1 and 2. So on your quick response cards, at least your number 1, I'm giving it to you, should be the time. Almost everybody got it right. So I know that you know how to critically think and put this into sequential order. I'm not asking you what, I'm asking you how did it happen, right? The what is the end result. How it happened gives me step 1 all the way to the end, and that is where we are going. So for the 2 minutes, all we're doing is centering our thoughts. We're jotting down the important pieces for us to be able to support our decision. That is all you are doing for 2 minutes, and your time starts now. All right, at this point, we're switching partners. Partner A, you started, all right? And then for the next 30 seconds, partner B, you're going in 5, 4, 3, 2. That response was amazing. You're already halfway there. I'm gonna get you the other way there. You don't do it alone. You got your notes, you jot it down. You can do this. I know you can. You got this, all right? Let's go. We got 60 seconds to read, and our time is starting now. What about what's going on?
Woo! This motherfucker said, I'm Morgan Freeman. Okay? I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm going to get y'all urban, inner city kids. I'm going to lead you where you need to go, and your time is starting now. Darius Cooks said he is Hilary Swank in that movie. I think it was Freedom Writers. He is every fictional teacher that ever led the inner city urban Black kids, okay, to having a better life. This shit so goddamn cringy, I don't know what to do. Send this shit to Tyler Perry. I'm telling y'all. Send this shit to Tyler Perry. I'm telling you, I could not even contain myself. We're all thinking the same thing. This is cringy. Okay, so we laughing. We're just a bunch of girls in here, and we're having a key. Okay, and thank you guys for being here. Okay, thank y'all for being here with me. Okay, because like I said, I just really need y'all to ride with me. Just ride with me. Okay, ride with me, please, please, please. Okay, we are going to. Now, we're going to laugh. Let's get that laughing on out the way. Because right now we need to segue into some real shit. If you didn't know this man, I have introduced you to him, okay? I have shown y'all the first video I've ever seen of him where he dumping all that seasoning on that chicken or whatever that was on pork chops, okay? We have gone to his Instagram page. We have seen the now insanely viral video of him crying his eyes out, talking about how the kids can't read. Okay, we have seen him set up his classroom. We have seen him in the classroom with the kids, moving around on the floor. We have seen him doing his little rehearsal where he's getting prepared for the kids to be in the class. Okay, we have seen a young news Black anchorman say, well, yeah, y'all contacted us and asked us if we could find his credentials because y'all said he's a scammer. Okay, and we have to go back to that video when it's all said and done because I have to go through the comments because we have to talk about how people just feel like nothing matters, right? But we're going to talk about what people feel like doesn't matter. That's what we're going to segue into. We're going to segue into the facts that people are currently saying do not matter because this man got online and made a video and cried and cares about kids. We're going to talk about the things that people are telling you, me, everybody, to turn a blind eye. Okay? We're going to watch a couple videos. This first one is kind of long. So we're going to watch it until I feel like we might need to stop. There is a gentleman, okay? And we're going to, hold on. There is a gentleman that has been on YouTube for a real long time. He's been on YouTube for years, okay? His name is I Am Vel B. This is what he does. He talks about Darius Cooks. He talks about Darius Cooks. And he's been doing this for a while. I have watched his videos in the past. I believe whatever he's reporting, okay? Please feel free. This video is from 2022. Again, this is not somebody who's new to the internet. Please feel free to go to these people's pages. I'm going to make sure I shout everybody out whose video I play, okay, including the news. Make sure you go to their pages and do your own research. If you want to do your own research, you don't have to listen to me, okay? We're going to watch him talk about one of the earlier scams that this man has been associated with, okay? We're going to speed it up and we're going to watch it.
In this journey down memory lane as we reveal the details of Darius Cooks' first big scam, also known as FreshGo. So let's get into it. Okay, so we have here a post from someone in It's Time to Deplatform Darius Cooks Williams Facebook group. Feel free to join. There's a public page if you're interested. There's plenty of receipts and all sort of things over there. And this post says, FreshGo receipts, fake grocery delivery service owned by Darius Williams in Chicago and closed in 2012 when he ran off with everybody's money, including mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down some of these receipts, and I'm going to give you a timeline as we go through it, starting with Sunny Anderson and her connection to Darius, but also the whole FreshGo scam. So this is a summary, and this was actually in the Black Enterprise article that was done, the second article that Black Enterprise did on Darius Williams, or also known as Darius Cooks. And this kind of breaks down and gives a summary of the FreshGo situation, and I'll fill in the gaps as needed. But let me read this to try to get us on the same page with this situation. So it says, Sunny Anderson and Williams FreshGo controversy. Anderson claims that Williams had a FreshGo business where it promised to deliver fresh vegetables on the doorsteps of customers, but people bombarded her with angry messages claiming they were ripped off and overcharged on their credit cards. They hit up Anderson because she had him on her show 2 years ago. And remember, I mentioned that in a video or so ago. I can't remember. It's got so many of these videos now. But Sunny Anderson had Darius on her Food Network show many years ago, and he was on there like twice. This was over a decade ago. This was when it was actually his first big break. And what he did with his first big break was presented and advertised a scam. Craziness. And then he wonders why his brain won't grow and he got issues. But anyway, let's continue. It says, Anderson said she gave Williams the benefit of the doubt, but she says he refused to answer her inquiries. Yeah, she's definitely spoken on that. Sunny is then quoted as saying, the bottom line is, before me, no one on TV knew of him, and he didn't have a platform to build what he built. Just imagine if you could do it the right way with the talent and ability to galvanize people. Why wouldn't you want to do it the right way, she asked. And that's a question that many people have asked. Me, being one of the people who were there in the inception of what we're seeing today, I have questioned that as well, because I saw the potential, and I was around when he was on the Sunny Anderson show and saw his star, starting to rise and all of that. And the truth is, had he done it right, he could have been successful in a legitimate way, not by scamming people. And I think it's a psychological thing. I just truly do. Some people allow their demons to take over their talents, and this is a prime example of that. This is why he's facing so much karma, because he basically made a deal with the devil to be a millionaire by the age of 30. I mean, allegedly. I'm assuming based on what we're looking at. It looks like he made a deal with the devil. However, karma is now knocking at his door, and that's what happens. But let's see what else Sunny has to say. So Sunny says she took part in a Zoom meeting organized by the Kitchenista with other Black women chefs, and she was floored by what she heard. She's quoted as saying, a lot of Black women who are eager to get their careers started are being taken advantage of. One person on the call had direct dealings with him, and we were all just crying, she shared. And this here is yet another example of things I've heard, stories I've heard one-on-one personally from people who've reached out, but also other stories that people have shared, third-party stories, etc. And what Sunny is sharing here about having that call with other female chefs and one of them having an encounter with Darius that was obviously so traumatizing that she was crying. Not the first time I've heard it. There are many, many stories of vicious things that he's done to people and tried to ruin them, like stealing intellectual property, taking advantage of them because they were lesser known or naive in some way. He's truly just being a predator. And then when he's done with these people and he's used them up, he doesn't just leave, he tries to destroy them. And so here's just yet another example of that. So let's see what else. It goes on to say, last year, Anderson said when she posted that people should be aware when dealing with Williams because of his scams, she said he and his attorney sent a cease and desist letter that she countered with a letter from her attorney stating that since the attorney general found that he was engaged in illegal credit repair activities, Anderson had the right to call him a scammer on her platform to describe him because he was a scammer. That's why we can do it so freely, because he is a known scammer. The government, the state of Georgia, said he was a scammer, made him pay $145,000 in restitution for the people he scammed. And on top of that, they took away all of his business licenses.
Let's stop it right there for just a moment. So what he's referring to, we're going to stop it there for one sec. He is referring to a credit repair company or a credit repair business that Darius Cooks created. Okay, we're going to do a quick pivot to, excuse me. I'm going to let it play because I'm choking.
Including Greens and Gravy and Soul Crab Atlanta. And so she's right. He's a scammer. He's a known scammer. Now, doesn't matter what he tells you about voluntarily closing restaurants for mental health and all of the other narrative spins that he does. The truth is, it's in the documents. I'm going to read those documents one day because I keep forgetting. But it's actually in the final court documents stating that he had to give up all of his Georgia business licenses, which would include the restaurants. So anyway, it says in retaliation.
So let's stop it. I am not going to choke to death before I say the things I need to say. Let's take a quick pivot. So what this person is talking about, he's referring to a credit repair company owned and operated by Darius Cooks. In December 2019, the company and Williams entered into a $145,750 consent judgment with the Georgia Attorney General's office to resolve allegations that they had operated an illegal credit repair business. The state alleged that the company accepted payments before providing services and made misleading claims about its ability to permanently remove debts and bankruptcies from customers' credit reports. Under the settlement, Above 701 was required to provide $110,000, $100,000. Y'all, I need to, Darius, please come and help me and teach me. In restitution to consumers and pay a $35,750 civil penalty, $10,000 of which could be waived if the company fully complied with the agreement. So basically, what this man that we're watching on TikTok is talking about, and I'm very much sat and listening because I actually didn't watch this before I put it on here for y'all. Darius had a credit repair company, okay, because he's an entrepreneur. So he had a credit repair company, but he was accepting money for services that were not rendered. This is going to be a theme that we're going to see as we talk about scams and things of that nature, okay? He was accepting money for services that he had not provided. He had to pay these people $100,000, okay? Because of him operating an illegal business. So that's what he's referring to. He's also referring to the fact that because he did that, he cannot have a business license in the state of Georgia anymore. Now, how bad do you have to tear your ass for the entire state to say you can't even run a business here? Okay? So I will let him continue.
Williams sold his cookbooks with the discount codes Sunny and Bad Wig, she said. So this is another, tactic he uses, bullying, when someone speaks out and uses licenses, which would include the restaurants. So anyway, it says in retaliation, Williams sold his cookbooks with the discount codes Sunny and Bad Wig, she said. So this is another, tactic he uses, bullying, when someone speaks out, and you have Sunny Anderson, who has, a large following. She's a public figure. And because he couldn't scare her away from talking about him by taking the legal route, he then went for the petty bullying route and harassment. And the D-Wives, the D-Hive, they buy into it because they're, not smart. They're not. So, they go along and then he gets more money. He's being called out for being a scammer. And in retaliation, his clapback is to then take advantage of his DYs by saying, see, I'm rich. I can make y'all buy more stuff from me. Like, they talking about me. Y'all need to buy more stuff from me. What? It's hilarious. It's really a cult over there. It's funny. It's funny because it's sad. But it goes on to say that even though Anderson says people approached her about his Fresh Go business, William proclaims that he has no ties to Fresh Go, doesn't know what it is, and never had any affiliations with it. Remember this part, people. I'll read it again. Make a mental note of this because we're going somewhere with this part. It says, even though Anderson said people approached her about his Fresh Go business, Williams, that's Darius Cooks Williams, Darius Cooks Williams, aka Darius Crooks, aka Darius Marquise Williams, another Ellie's. We'll talk about that at some point. But anyway, it says Williams proclaims, or should I say Darius Cooks Williams proclaims that he has no ties to Fresh Go, doesn't know what it is, and never had any affiliation with it. Remember that. We're going somewhere. Okay, so the article then continues with an actual quote from Darius. So for those of you who don't have the backstory, because this is just a section of an entire article that I went over a long time ago in a different video, but this particular article was the second article that Black Enterprise did as a response to the first article they did where they talked about all of the allegations around Darius Crooks and how he was a scammer, et cetera, et cetera. So Darius then had one of his D-wives, put her neck on the line, and she reached out to people she knew, the higher ups at Black Enterprise, and demanded that they retracted the story, the original article. They were saying, we're not going to retract it, but we will give him an opportunity to interview and address the allegations. And so that's what happened. So Darius, Cooks, Williams, whatever you want to call him, he, not having a publicist, thinking he can do everything on his own, being full of himself, arrogant, used to being able to spin the narrative and get away with, all kind of sins, thought that he could fool, I don't know why, but thought he could fool a national media outlet, that being Black Enterprise. And so he just made up shit. He just made up shit. But what he didn't know was that the reporter of this particular story was also the editor, the digital editor in chief, if I'm not mistaken. Her name is Kia Morgan Smith. And so what he didn't know about the rules of engagement when it comes to reporting is that when he responds, then she reached out to us for our response to his response. And what we then responded with the actual receipts. And
Okay, I think that was it. Okay. So that was a lot, right? That was a lot. This man is an expert. Again, please don't listen to me. This man right here is an expert. And I know he's on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure he has the same name on YouTube. He is an expert at all things Darius Cooks as far as his scamming. One thing that stuck out to me in this video that is, again, going to be another theme is bullying. In particular, bullying Black women. That has to stick out to everybody. Everybody has to make a mental note and put that in the forefront of your mind that the people that he bullies, the people that he goes after and tries to attack are Black women. Okay? He made a promo code bad wig. So if you ask me, in my opinion, typical sassy Black gay man. You want to slander the very people who support you the most, which is Black women. Black women are always going to create a safe space for Black men, period. But they really do create a safe space for gay Black men. Without a doubt. So accepting. Don't mind sharing their space. Don't mind sharing their clothes. Don't mind sharing their men. Don't care, right? But the same people who overly support you, you give them your ass to kiss. You disrespect them. You make fun of how their hair looks. Typical sassy ass gay Black man to me. Always attacking a Black woman. Okay? And being catty and bitchy. Let's move on. We're not done. We're nowhere near done. We're not even close to being done. Okay? Let's get into this.
Darius had also scammed his wife's best friend, who is Stovetop Kisses, who's also a social media influencer, and he scammed her out of her Centretreats business when she was a budding social media influencer before she got as big as she is now. So once Kev found out, he then denounced Darius because he was kind of cool with Darius as well, like as a fellow social media influencer, and they texting and sharing, you know, war stories and giving advice, etc. And once Kev on stage found out who Darius Cooks really was, he got on his social media platform to denounce him.
Y'all, it's your boy Kev on stage. I want to address the Darius Cooks allegations. Like most of Twitter, I found out about Darius's allegations a couple weeks ago when the Kitchenista posted receipts and screenshots, and, you know, people started speaking out and things like that. She asked me if I was going to do a follow-up interview to a show I did called Aska, where we asked him, a millionaire, about, you know, how he became a millionaire. And I told her there would be no follow-up interview. The show was aired in early 2019, April 2019. And I immediately removed the video, asked to not amplify his voice or cause any further confusion. At the same time, a close friend of ours, Danny Rose, who hadn't really told us about her fallout with him, kind of told us, hey, man, here's what he did to me, and asked that we didn't kind of speak about it anymore, because as these allegations were coming up, she was having to relive her own situations with him, and she didn't really want to do that. So to be good friends to her, I stopped responding, and I didn't say anything else. I now realize that that silence and not making a formal disavowing of him looks like I was protecting him. So I want to say clearly, I do not support Darius Cooks. I believed the stuff he said, like most people. At the time of the Ask a Millionaire interview, I, saw his Shopify screenshots. I saw his Dining with Darius stuff. I saw the amount of money that he was posting, and I believed him. I didn't do any due diligence when I did Ask a Millionaire. He said he was a millionaire. He had posted receipts. I believed it. And that is my fault for having a big platform. I understand more now than ever that with this big platform, I need to be more responsible with how I share it and who I share it with. And for claims like that, in situations that can come up later, I should have done more diligence and more research to make sure those claims were credible. And I did not do that. And I apologize.
He also did not.
Okay. So just a little bit more. Not only is he, in this, we're kind of talking about him scamming people that he's worked with. I like Stovetop Kisses. I don't know if y'all know Stovetop Kisses. I don't really watch her like that anymore, but I like her. She seemed like a nice lady. Basically, he tear his ass with everybody he comes in contact with. And I think that there's something to be said about people who tear their ass with everybody that they come in contact with. Okay, they're probably the problem. It's probably not other people. It's probably them. 100%. But we're gonna keep going. I kind of want to go on his page because I know, and I don't know why I'm not following him. I know that I got a lot of some of his videos, but I think we should just go on his page. I'm not going to keep doing all this back and forth. We just going to go on his page and we're going to just figure out what we need to figure out here. Okay. So we watched that, and let's just watch some other videos here.
Conclusions. Take what you want. I think people are saying, oh, because of the, you just got sued that, now there's a depression. But this investigation and situation has been going on since the summer of last year.
Darius Williams posted a nearly 20-minute Facebook video to fans Tuesday morning. The Atlanta entrepreneur telling them about his path to better mental health and denying his trouble with the state is tied to this: the sudden closure of his 2 Atlanta restaurants and Chicago establishment this week.
I wrote the check in December, so I don't really understand how one has to do with the other. And, it is what it is.
Williams is referring to his $145,000 settlement with the state, which has accused him of operating an illegal credit repair business where he accepted money before providing services or misled customers about how he could actually help them.
Okay. Some more tea. A little bit more tea. Give me a second. Give me a moment, because we're going to keep going. We got some other stuffs. All right. Now, we're going to continue being on I Am Vel B's page, because, again, he's got all the information. I'm getting my information from him. I've been getting my information from him, like I said. I'm not unfamiliar with this man, okay? It's just that I ain't heard about him in a while because ain't nothing been happening in a while, but it's popping right now. So we're going to watch this video on, once again, on I Am Vel B's page. And the caption says here, Darius Cooks blocks his follower after she requested a refund due to her dying father. So what we're going to kind of pivot into now is we're going to talk about these, yet another scam, right? We got the credit repair business. We got Fresh and Go. That was the first one. We got the credit repair business. We had these 2 restaurants that shut down. Now we have to talk about how he has these events, okay? And I believe that this is what she's about to talk about. Dining with Darius, okay? Because he's a king. And why wouldn't you want to come and have dinner with him, okay? Where you are paying $215 a head to come to an Airbnb and be cooked a meal by him, and most importantly, to be in his presence. Sounds good, right? Only problem is this bitch is going to take your fucking money, and he might show up. He might not show up. If he shows up, some of the appliances in the Airbnb might mysteriously stop working, and y'all might have to evacuate the premises. Who knows? Let's watch this video.
Carolina to get scammed by Darius Cooks, and boy, did he scam us good.
What's up, good people, and welcome back to Reality Chronicles, where we share unique stories of true life and true crime events. So I often come across highlighted stories and receipts of the scamming and predatory practices that continue with Darius Cooks, also known as Darius Crooks. And for quite a while, I've debated about sharing these as individual stories. And today I decided it would be a good day to get started with sharing and highlighting some of these stories that I run across that prove why people call Darius Cooks Darius Crooks. So we have one of his, former followers who goes by the name of Kim. She's a former beehiver who purchased 2 Dining with Darius Cooks tickets for an event. And in her post to Darius, she says, "Darius, that was very rude to block me. I wish I would have known about you before I paid for the tickets last year. That's very smart of you to receive payment a year in advance. By the time someone finds out about your scamming behavior, it's too late because you already have their money. You would think, given my situation, you would make an exception and refund me for the 2 tickets I have no use for. My father is extremely sick, and that money is needed for something more important. Remember, God knows and sees all." Shaking my head. And so then someone reached out to Kim in her DMs, and there was some correspondence. And the person says, "Hello, I saw your comment on Darius' post and wanted to ask you a question if you don't mind." Kim responds, "If you're about to ask me anything about him scamming, I'll save you the trouble. I purchased my ticket last year after a coworker told me she went and really enjoyed herself. I hadn't heard much about him then, besides he was a chef from social media. It was another coworker who warned me about possibly being scammed by him. I researched him and found a group dedicated to exposing him. That's where I seen all the evidence, and it was a lot. But by that time, it was too late. I had already paid for my father and I." The person then responds, "LOL, I was definitely about to ask you why you paid a known scammer for any kind of service, but I think I understand now after reading your reply. But just to let you know, you can kiss that money goodbye. Darius doesn't give a ish." Kim then responds, "I didn't know. When my other coworker warned me, it had been weeks after I purchased my tickets. It wasn't until after I spoke with her that I found that group. The evidence they had was overwhelming. My heart dropped reading those posts knowing I had given him my money. I wish I saw that group before. Now my father's health has rapidly declined. I doubt he's able to attend any type of event come June. Not to mention that money can be used for his medications, some of which I'm paying out of pocket for. I explained all this to him and he blocked me." And when she says that, she's talking about Darius. And per usual, this is not the first, the last, the 100th, or the 200th comment that I've seen of this sort concerning Darius Crooks and lack of refunding. And I'm sure, like many, she probably went against her gut and convinced herself that if she just hung in there, she would be the exception, and he certainly would not scam her, because even after a few weeks of purchasing, she could have potentially done a chargeback with her bank. But again, this is a situation that we've seen many, many times before, and we'll continue to see into the future, I'm very sure. And it's just very interesting that a person who claims to be a multimillionaire and a person of God and all of these, other positive attributes has no evidence of that when it concerns their interaction with other human beings. But, it is what it is. And let me know in the comments below what you think about this situation. Should she have been able to still receive a refund? And in giving all sides of the story, I know that Darius Cooks has a 0 refund policy with the Dining with Darius Cooks events. And I know in general, he puts the onus on them to find other people to purchase their tickets, which I'm sure is not an easy feat. However, he does also refund periodically. So it basically depends on, his mood, like most of his policies in his Scampire. But with that, let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, until I upload the next video, make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't. And take care and be blessed. Peace.
Okay. So I had to go get me some popcorn because we are watching it. Okay. So this is it, right? A lot of people want to argue, well, if you have a policy that says no refunds, it's not a scam. I'm going to tell y'all what I think about that. I think that anything that has a no refund policy, obviously, that there is a risk, right, involved. But I think that when it comes to certain things, it's ridiculous. For instance, let's say you go to Target and you buy some draws. Target be having them little 5 for $25 panty sales. I can understand Target telling me, you know what, there's no refunds on this. Okay, once you buy this, it's yours, and that's it. When you're talking about an event, when you're talking about something that could be rescheduled, when you're talking about something that people have taken time off of their job, they have taken PTO, they put gas in their car, they've gotten on a plane, and I am in no way, shape, or form condoning these ladies supporting this man, because I think you're a fool. Let me make that disclaimer. I think any lady who has supported this man or continues to support this man, you're a fool. If you go in your pocketbook and reach in your wallet and go get your card and put your card in on his website, you're a fool. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to an event like this, you need to reschedule. You need to reschedule, or you need to make an exception. Having a no refund policy for an event that you can very easily decide, I just don't feel like it, I'm not going to show up today. Again, it's predatory, and that is a word that was used. I wouldn't do something like this. But again, I understand that mentality. Speaking of him getting really emotional and things like that, let's keep going.
If she wasn't in this position, we would have had a bigger issue to deal with.
Okay, so let's give us some context. This is coming from a page called I'm Not Darius Cooks. Again, shout out to these people who have these exposed pages. This is what you're supposed to do. When somebody is doing something that's wrong, you're supposed to expose them. It doesn't matter if 1,000 people say that they're right. If 3 people have evidence that shows that they're wrong, I don't really care about everybody who think that they're right. Okay? So here's a little context on this clip of him having a little bitch fit. Okay, it says, the caption says here's the last video from the meeting where Darius quits because the servers were asking about their gratuities. He previously said he quit because Chantel lied to him and said the servers refused to work. Now, I'm thinking that what this is from him having some sort of restaurant, because he is a former restaurateur. Okay? If you will recall, that shit didn't work out. So we're going to just watch him. We're watching this purely just to do a behavioral analysis. Okay? We don't need the full background for real. We just want to watch him and observe him. So let's watch.
Baby. All right. I'm done. Y'all can go home. I'm done. No, I'm done. No, fuck it. I'm done. I'm canceling today. I'm sorry. Okay. Today is canceled. Today is canceled. I'm done. Today is canceled. I'm done. Where the keys at? I'm going home. Can I get the keys? I don't care. I'll pay them out. Give me the keys. Oh, come on. I'm out. Make sure y'all send me y'all PayPal so I can pay y'all. What up? Huh? Take them. You take both of them if you want them. Oh, let me get my charger. Hold on, for my computer. Sorry, y'all. She pissed me off for the last time. I'm so sorry. She pissed me off for the last time. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have. Those are mine. I have. Pull them off. I have.
We're done. Let's go to I'm Not Darius Cooks. Let's see what he got on here right now, y'all. We scrolling. We're scrolling. I made I made me some popcorn while we was watching the video, and we're just gonna take some time and scroll and catch a vibe. You know, sometimes you just gotta catch a person's vibe. Let's watch a couple videos and see what we can find. Or you know what? One moment. Yeah. Very nasty diva. It's all about me. Everybody stop what you're doing. And again, it's just theatrics. I just realized we don't even have time to dilly-dally. We don't. We have to get real. I don't have time to dilly-dally. I have to get real. Okay. But yeah, nasty attitude. Let's watch this last clip from Vel B Reacts. And so in this one, he says Darius Cooks claims that everyone loves him as the Black Chef. Did I not say that when this video started? And can't wait for his new restaurant, although he is a stranger to them in the culture. Let's just watch him. He's so pompous. Let's watch him and hear what he has to say.
Let me tell you, everybody want a piece of hip hop soul. Everybody want a piece of hip hop soul. Everybody. All the drivers, and when you gonna open and when y'all gonna do this, everybody is excited. When y'all, how long, and oh, it's coming, and we heard the Black Chef, everybody.
That is some bullshit.
So context here is that he's talking about, give me a sec. I want to just make sure that we can see what we need to see. Context for this, right? He's talking about hip hop soul. This is a restaurant that he was supposed to open in Bali, Indonesia. It says here on Google temporarily closed, but I need y'all to be for real. Okay? It's not temporarily closed. It's closed and it ain't reopening. And if it is reopening, it will be reopened with all funds from the outpouring of support that he has received from this video. So that's what he's, or from the video of him crying. So that's what he's referencing when he says everybody wants a piece of hip hop soul. He's talking about a restaurant that he probably has reached out to donors and asked supporters to help financially support that never came to be. Okay. But again, like I said, y'all don't have to take my word for it. Y'all please go on this man's page because, yeah, he has the information. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into the news. Because the news They really do. Fox 5 got the tea. We're going to watch these clips of the news doing their job, being investigative journalists. I'm going to eat my popcorn and we're going to watch. Let's go.
Been hearing a lot about this guy, Randy.
That's right, Courtney. Yeah, his real name, though, is Darius Williams. His restaurants in Atlanta are now closed. His credit repair business now shut down. But it's how he treats his online critics through a practice called doxing that may have you questioning his recipe for success. It's 4 hours before dinner at this rented house in Collier Hills. And the Fox 5 team is a surprise addition to the menu for a host who clearly does not want to be on TV. What are you trying to tell me? Have the cameraman leave? Okay. Go stand down there. So why are you putting the names of your critics and their personal information online?
You don't see that?
Yeah, I've seen the actual clips.
Let me call my lawyer.
Yes, please call someone. Help us understand why you're doing this on your social media pages to people who complain about you.
We got her kids on there as well, kids' information. I put it on my Instagram.
And it has been a living nightmare.
Now, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to try not to stop the video. But I do just want to say, the news pulled up to this man at the Airbnb and asked him, why are you doxing people? If y'all don't know what doxing is, they've explained it and they're going to explain it some more. So this is the type of stuff that he was doing, right? You write a review about him. You order something from him and you don't get it. And you request to have your money back. He tells you to fuck off. You write a review and he gets his followers to attack you. He sits his ass up here with no shirt on, never have a shirt on, showing that taco meat that we don't want to see. He sicks his reporters on whoever says something against him. Instead of remedying the situation by giving these people their money back, by having good customer service and providing them with whatever they ordered or purchased from you, or just giving them a refund and being done with it, you sit online with your nipples out, talking to your followers who, again, I have to stress to y'all, are Black women, primarily Black women, and have them go and attack other Black women. And then you dox Black women. You have people descend upon their pages, taking pictures of them with their kids and trying to post their phone numbers. That's what doxing is. Doxing is you're online minding your business under your screen name, Another Mess. And somebody is mad at you, or they have some sort of agenda and they want to expose you. And so they try to expose your real name and where you live and what your phone number is and what your address is. That this is the type of shit that he does. This is very, very diabolical. It's very diabolical. This is some bullying ass shit, right? This is beyond bullying, in my opinion. This is beyond being a bully. This is just being a nasty ass bitch. And you're mad because you can't walk all over people and they want their money back from you. So again, I'm going to try to let the clip play, but I just wanted to stress that. I want to stress that we're talking about doxing. We're talking about trying to expose people. We're talking about somebody we just were on his Instagram, over 600,000 followers. And he wants to get on live and have people have Black women attack other Black women. And those bitches was doing it. That's the kicker. The kicker is, can't nobody make nobody do nothing, but they can definitely try to influence them to. And the kicker is that they were doing it. The kicker is that they were actually, if he put a number, if he said posted a post and said, call this phone number and tell them I said blah, 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 they were actually doing it. They were being attack dogs for a punk. So this is, once again, we're talking about punk news. On episode 7, we're once again talking about punk news, but this old punk news. Because again, this is not new stuff. Okay? I'm gonna run this back and I'm gonna quiet my mouth.
Pages. It's 4 hours before dinner at this rented house in Collier Hills. And the Fox 5 team is a surprise addition to the menu for a host who clearly does not want to be on TV.
What are you trying to tell me? Have the cameraman leave? Okay, go stand down there. So why are you putting the names of your critics and their personal information online?
You don't see that?
Yeah, I've seen the actual clips.
Let me call my lawyer.
Yes, please call someone. Help us understand why you're doing this on your social media pages to people who complain about you.
We got her kids on there as well, kids' information. Put it on my Instagram.
And it has been a living nightmare.
A self-taught cook, Darius Williams has built an impressive online presence, not just through his website, Darius Cooks TV, where he sells cookbooks and cookware mixed in with his cooking videos, but also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where he claims 1.5 million followers. He also sells seats for 7-course meals called Dining with Darius, like the one we visited, held in various cities across the country. Williams often goes live multiple times a day to talk about food, and sometimes brag about background checks followers send him about his critics.
I can tell you who got the speeding ticket. I can tell you who moved from what state to what state.
Just 3 years ago, Georgia authorities shut down Williams' illegal credit repair business, including a $145,000 settlement. And in early 2020, before COVID, Williams suddenly closed his Atlanta restaurants, focusing instead on his online TV career, while also developing a side dish called doxing.
Sadly, the ingredients for doxing are easy to find. Take a heaping cup of private or identifying information about someone, sprinkle some malicious intent, throw it on the internet, and watch how hot it burns.
Remember those products Williams sells on his website? The Better Business Bureau gives his company an F rating because customers complain they never got what they ordered.
I started to notice a pattern of people coming on his live and asking about refunds.
It also bothered Danielle Holland that Williams would publicly blast some of those unhappy customers, posting their contact information, like this woman, making fun of her, then sharing her brother's phone number when he tried to privately intervene. In our story, we are blurring what Darius did not.
So he doesn't like criticism.
He doesn't like criticism. He does.
By the name Darius Cooks. You've been hearing a lot about this guy.
Doxing.
Sadly, the ingredients for doxing are easy to find. Take a heaping cup of private or identifying information about someone, sprinkle some malicious and
not what they ordered.
I started to notice.
Remember those products Williams sells on his website?
Asking about refunds.
It also bothered Danielle Holland that Williams would publicly blast some of those unhappy customers, posting their contact information, like this woman, making fun of her, then sharing her brother's phone number when he tried to privately intervene. In our story, we are blurring what Darius did not.
So he doesn't like criticism.
He doesn't like criticism. He doesn't like to be questioned.
The Detroit mom started anonymously retweeting some of the complaints she saw. Then one day, she looked at Darius's Twitter page.
I'm scrolling, and the next thing I know, I see a picture of me. I see a picture of my children and my husband. It was almost kind of like literally like an out-of-body experience.
They filed a police report and shut down their social media accounts. But their children's photos are still on Darius's page.
Randy, I'll be honest, I didn't even know what the term dox meant.
The Hollands quickly found others who say they're victims too, like Melanie's Ford of Atlanta. She says after she raised questions about Darius's tactics, his followers bombarded her too.
I was reached out to, called all sorts of names. It was absolutely horrible.
So more drama equals more likes.
He does this for likes, clicks, and engagement.
The food fight has even reached other TV chefs. Sonny Anderson and Andrea Davis, known as the Kitchenista, have issued public condemnations of Williams and his doxing.
This thing about doxing and cyberbullying is real, and it's hurtful, and it's hurting people.
So what did the usually chatty Darius Williams finally have to say to us?
You could just go on record and say I'm declining the comment. That's it. Have a great day.
Well, wait a minute.
Yep.
These people are upset because you've been putting their personal information online, Darius. Come on, I thought you liked being on television. Apparently not our channel. Well, Sonny Anderson is a Food Network personality who gave Williams his first break by featuring him on her show several years ago. I talked to Sonny by phone. She says she feels horrible about what's happened, and she has disavowed any connection to him at all.
Well, it's disturbing enough to see these people's personal information being spread all over the internet. But the question is doxing illegal?
No, it's not against the law, which makes you wonder if the Hollands will get any satisfaction from that police report they filed in Detroit earlier this year. But let's face it, it may not be against the law, but it's creepy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to post
doxing.
Wow. A lot to take in there. So, first and foremost, the thing that sticks out to me the most is them talking about this lady that put him on and how she has to go on record saying she don't have nothing to do with him. Yeah, I know I gave him a break and, let him come on my show and, tried to boost his success, but I don't have any affiliation with him. That's the type of scumbag this guy is. He's a complete scumbag to the point that people who helped him become famous have to come out and say, I'm sorry. But I ain't got no affiliation with him no more. Doxing should be illegal. It 100% should be illegal. If you are trying to expose somebody and leaking information that otherwise would not be public or would otherwise not be easily found, it gives that you are putting this person's information out because you want harm to come to them. You want somebody to come and pull up on them. You want somebody to go to there, find out where their kids go to school at. And that's not the type of person that needs to be around children, right? Obviously, a person who does things like this does not need to be around children in any capacity. He does not need to be a part of society as a whole, at large, acting like this. And it really goes to show this is how people act when they have these really large platforms. It, without a doubt, goes to their heads. They feel like they're God. And they can do whatever they want to do and use their followers as minions to carry out their dark-ass duties. It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. And so when I go on social media and I see this man crying in the camera and talking about children and how children can't read and we must do something, and people are in the comments telling everyone else that's talking about, well, didn't he? Wasn't he? And then you're telling people that we don't need to be worried about the messenger. We only need to be worried about the message. This is what y'all are telling people to ignore. Now the news, they're gonna do their little, 1-2. They gotta keep you engaged, so they have to be, add some humor and they have to be clever and things like that. But this is actually not funny. There's nothing funny about this. You put some shit online and said you were gonna send it to somebody, and then you didn't. And then, like anyone with a brain in their head, they came looking for their money. And instead of you giving them their money back, you want to try to expose them and pictures of their kids and people's phone numbers. What the fuck is wrong with you? And you're sitting here with this smug ass look on your face and you feel empowered because there's 600,000, a pack of idiots, a pack of 600,000 fucking idiots with bad wigs on, the same shit that you make fun of, behind you. And this is sickening to me. I've known about this for years. This ain't news to me. But I think it needs to be news to everybody who is making such a big deal about this man crying and doing all these theatrics. Because it's one thing for you to be sitting up here crying, trying to act like you're just this empathetic, soft and gentle man when you do shit like this. And I don't give a damn how long ago it was. You were a grown-ass man when you did it. Nothing can redeem you from this. from you trying to expose Black women and get Black women harmed. Any woman, period. But it's really something about this being Black women that really bothers me. That's so disturbing and disrespectful. Okay? This is what people are saying. Y'all need to just get over it. Nobody need to be talking about it. Okay? Y'all heard what the news said. But we're not done. Okay? We're not done with the news clips because let's do a quick rewind, because I want to read some comments. So we watched this video earlier. So just keep in mind, and again, everybody who is here, thank you for being here. Everybody who's watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. We're going to take a quick rewind, okay? We watched this video at the beginning of this video where the news is concerned because civilians are concerned about why this man is in a classroom with kids, period. Fuck all this, all the kids can't read. Oh my God, why the hell are you there, right? We also just watched the clips of the news pulling up on this man, which I respect the hell out of, and asking him, why the hell are you doxing people because of some shit that you did? We watched a woman and her husband sit up here and tell us that they were exposed and their children's pictures were blasted on this man's Twitter. And y'all know it's all kind of freaked out, fucked up ass people on Twitter. I don't care if this was in 2022. Twitter been not a nice place, not a good place. I would never want my children's faces on Twitter. Twitter is a nasty place. Okay? We just saw these people tell us how people's phone numbers got leaked, pictures of their kids are on this man's Twitter, right? Okay? All of these things which I think are egregious and terrible. I'm going to read y'all some comments because I don't know if y'all can see them. Let me see if I can put the comments down for 1 sec, because I want us to read some comments. So the first comment that we see here is a person named Maurice saying, does it change what he said? We're just going to read through some of these comments. This person says over 4,000 HISD, and that is Houston Independent School District, teachers resigned from the district this past year. I think the focus is on the wrong thing here. His observation was there are high school students who are unable to read and write at a grade level. This should be the focus. Okay? Let's keep going. This man has degrees. A teaching certification isn't hard to get. His experience doesn't take away from the message he's giving. Now, she's talking about him being credentialed, right? Which that is a concern. There's two concerns. Is he qualified and credentialed to teach the kids, which upon further investigation, they'll let anybody teach. They don't halfway give a damn. And then there's a concern of him scamming, which apparently a lot of people don't know anything about. Let's keep going. We've lost focus on why he made his video. Darius is speaking facts. A lot of people have been popping up on my FYP that I blocked years ago. Girl, me too. Somebody says here, he's not lying. If you have a bachelor's degree, there are programs called Option 3 programs for people who want to become teachers. Okay, we're going to skip a little bit. He's probably doing his field work. The tests are not easy. The coursework is lengthy. I know because I'm working on becoming a teacher in my state. So you have people who are saying, listen, y'all don't know what he's going through. He's putting himself on the line to be a teacher. Okay? This person here says, how do I get my story heard? Beauty and a Beast? Girl, what story do you have about Darius Cooks? Beauty and a Beast? Girl, I might have to talk to you and figure out what's going on with you, because I want to know what the story is. Okay? Let's keep going. Wow. Y'all turn on him like this after showing so much love for our kids? Y'all evil, man. Do y'all check every teacher's credentials in, or is it because he's Black? I love this. I love this. I love when people turn everything or turn something into a racial issue when race has nothing to do with this. Do y'all want any old Tom, Dick, and Harry coming off the street teaching y'all kids? Why is it a problem that people are questioning this man's credentials? My question to this person is, are we not supposed to check his credentials because he's Black? Is it because he's Black that we're supposed to just allow for him to just do whatever and masquerade as a teacher even if he doesn't have the qualifications? Lucy, are we supposed to ignore what's going on just because he's Black? Let's keep going. Somebody said, why is he under investigation? They want to know why y'all are questioning this man at all. Let's keep going. Somebody said, this is Darius Cooks. I'm going to like the comment. Okay. It's hard to find teachers and Black male. I'm glad that he stepped up to help the next generation. Please tell me how Darius Cooks is helping the next generation with making these try-hard ass videos where he is crying and he is doing all these theatrics while teaching these kids. Let me see if I can keep going. These schools hire anybody. We need to pay teachers better, but we also need qualified teachers. Plenty of people have been saying what he's saying for years. That's a fact. We talked about that earlier. He has a consistent history. Somebody said of telling untruths. Somebody said documented. Somebody said that part, don't buy anything or give him any money. Okay? Somebody said he stayed doing something and he has to always let us know. Then somebody immediately underneath that says he actually cares. The fact that people cannot tell when a person is being completely disingenuous scares me. The fact that people can just see somebody and there's nothing inside of you that gives any type of red flags scares me. The fact that you can see a man crying and immediately, you know what? He's being honest and genuine. Yes. That's scary to me. That's scary to me. So we're going to stop because we have to move on. But I just wanted you guys to understand the comments. The sympathetic comments, and this is not even really a fraction. If you actually go to his page and read his comments, oh my God. These people are like, hey, listen, fuck anybody who don't rock with you, right? But I just want to paint the picture of a person's actions versus their words. My actions are, I'm a bully, I'm intimidating, I'm aggressive, I'm a cyberbully, I dox people's private information, including children's images online. I am a scam artist that has to be stopped by the entire state of Georgia, has to stop me from running scams. I have to be sued. That's a person's actions versus their words. For me, there has to be, the actions and the words have to align, right? The actions are, I go into a classroom and I prop up a camera, which is unacceptable to me, right? So let's read a couple of y'all comments. There is malicious intent behind doxing. I'm stunned that it's legal. This world is crazy. Yeah, it should absolutely be illegal. Because what are you doing? Would you want someone to do that to you? And why are you so mad about something that's happened in any aspect when we're talking about doxing? Why are you so mad about something that's happening online? Why don't you just log off? Why don't you log off and walk away? Why do you have to get to the point where you put on a black hoodie and pull the hood down and turn off all the lights and start typing on the computer fast as hell to pull up somebody's address? That's a problem. This is so important. So many Black people lack discernment. We got to talk about that in its entirety in a whole other video. But it's something that just is going to continue to show up in almost everything that we talk about because it's so true. Why don't you understand when a person is lying to you? When a person is trying to use you? Why don't you understand when a person is being fake right to your face? Why do you think that just because people can cry on cue that they're being sincere? It would probably break a lot of people's hearts, but most people are fake. Most people are disingenuous. Most people do not give a damn about nobody but themselves. If you say that out loud, people will say, you're a negative person and, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be realistic. Most people are not giving a damn about you. They will always put themselves first, especially when we're talking about men. They're always going to put themselves first and they don't care. Me personally, could not take somebody's money for a service knowing that I didn't provide the service or that I had no intention of providing the service. But a lot of people will do that and do that. And they sleep so good at night. Y'all seen him in the bed with his taco meat. Okay? Y'all seen him in the bed with his taco meat. He slept so good after doxing those Black women. We got to move on. I'm getting carried away. And it's getting late. Okay? So, a couple more clips and then I promise y'all, we are going to go. Now, remember, we talked about dining with Darius, okay? I think that's what it's called, where these women are getting on planes, trains, and freaking automobiles to go and sit in a hot-ass Airbnb with 30 other women to get some food and have dinner with this Black king, who, by the way, I don't know if they understand this or not, don't want y'all. Don't want y'all. You don't stand a chance. You barking up the wrong tree. Darius don't want that. Okay? He want the beefcake in my Jocelyn Hernandez voice. Okay? He's not interested. But the way that Black women flock to him and all this, you would think that he is interested. Anyway, the point is he has to host these events at a place. He ain't gonna let y'all come to his house, okay? Because even though he's gonna put your address out because you ordered an air fryer and you ain't get your air fryer, he don't want you to come to his house. He's gonna rent an Airbnb. This man, again, I done said this. He didn't tow his ass with everybody. Okay? He didn't tour his ass with everybody. He didn't tour his ass with Airbnb. So let's watch a couple clips and then I'm gonna let y'all go.
Now, the Darius Williams may have violated multiple short-term rental rules plus a city ordinance when he hosted a paid event last month in Atlanta.
Because of previous problems, Airbnb tells the Fox 5 team Williams is already prohibited from using their properties to hold his Dining with Darius events.
Fox 5 team reporter Randy Travis returns with more on what he uncovered. Randy?
Russ and Courtney, when we last talked about Williams, otherwise known as Darius Cooks, his company had a failing record with the Better Business Bureau. And he used a puzzling strategy of posting private information of those who criticized him or asked for a refund. Well, now there's this.
On top, we have fried chicken croutons.
That's Darius Williams in this video posted by a fan on YouTube, shot last month in a house in Collier Hills.
So a little smoked ribeye for you.
Williams charges $215 per person for his Dining with Darius events, soon to be $289 next year. He pushes the events on his social media pages, some that claim more than 1 million followers. But house rules on the short-term rental site Vrbo say no events are supposed to be held at this Atlanta home, and the maximum number of guests is 8. There's a lot more than 8 in this video. Williams booked this house for 6 nights.
So he had all these tables set up in there.
Oh, wow.
Toby Jackson manages the house for the owner who works out of state.
I come before the guests and after the guests.
But you don't expect 30 guests in this house.
No, sir, not at all.
An Atlanta city ordinance also required Williams get a special event permit if alcohol was being sold. That YouTube video shows everyone enjoying a red drink, and the person who recorded it laughing on the way home that the red drink sangria is kicking in now. We have blurred her face. We tried talking to Williams at that same house a few hours before his paying guests arrived. For someone who goes live on Instagram multiple times a day, he wasn't in a talking mood. Come on, I thought you liked being on television. Where are you going? Contacted later, Williams denied violating any Vrbo rules, but would not provide us proof he told the owners what he was planning to do at his home. He also would not directly answer whether he served alcohol. The owner has since listed the house for sale.
It's clear Williams has used the accounts of other people to book the locations.
Like my first week working for him, he was like, "Oh, I'm having trouble getting into my Airbnb. I don't know what's going on."
A former worker made this TikTok and later sent us proof that she agreed to use her own Airbnb account for Williams' dining events in 2016.
Imagine my surprise when less than a week later, I get an email saying, "Hey, you owe Airbnb $10,000 because you trashed this person's house."
She told the homeowner Williams was responsible and wound up not having to pay the damages. A spokesman
food person.
Oh my God. So immediately, you're playing stupid and you're playing dumb. You're violating Verbo, Airbnb, don't care, doesn't matter. We don't need to distinguish between the two. You're violating their rules and their terms and conditions that they require you to agree to use their properties. You're throwing parties. You got 40 people in this bitch. And after you done tore your ass with them and they ban you, which is final, then you come to a black girl and ask a 22-year-old black girl, "Hey girl," or no. Let me get it right. You go to a 22-year-old girl as a grown-ass man and say, "Damn, I don't know why I can't get into my Airbnb account or my Verbo account. I don't know what's going on." And she's 22 years old, so she's like, and she works for you and probably admires you because you're so charismatic and all these things and charming. So she probably says, "Yeah, don't worry about it. You can use my Airbnb account." Imagine. And you get an email from Airbnb, who's not playing with y'all, by the way. Airbnb, Verbo, Toro, all these places where you're renting somebody else shit, they're not playing with you about their money. You get a message from them and they tell you you owe them $10,000 because you did a list. You did a list of violations. That's unbelievable to me. But again, this is a person that we are supposed to be focusing on his message and not him as a person. This is a young ass girl. This is a young ass girl who just told us this story. She probably didn't even have the thought process to believe that this man would do something like this and leave her in a situation like this. Let's keep going because that's just part one.
Wound up not having to pay the damages. A spokesperson told the Fox 5i team Williams is prohibited from using Airbnb.
If you're a business owner who fucks up your reputation on Airbnb, you don't have another driver's license. You've got to find another sucker to use their account that's in good standing to continue your business.
In February, a Dallas, Texas Verbo owner called police to remove Williams when she says she realized what he was doing with her home. She said Darius had blown the electrical system by hosting a commercial kitchen dinner without her permission.
The homeowner wants us out of the home, and we don't know why.
Williams made sure to go live on Instagram to accuse the homeowner of being the real bad guy.
Let's stop it right here. I have to say something. So you're in an Airbnb and you're frying their fucking motherboard. You're frying the damn circuits like in a goddamn cartoon, like in Tom and Jerry. It's smoking in that bitch. This is somebody's house that they own because you probably have 5 crock pots, the stove on, the oven on, the microwave on. You probably got a Ninja Foodie up in there and you are frying these people's electrical outlets, right? And they ask you to get the fuck out of their house because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. And you're hosting an event and you're not supposed to be doing that. And your response is to jump on your live stream and tell your followers, the owner is kicking us out, y'all, and we don't know why. I don't know why they doing this to us, y'all. So again, completely dishonest. Just a fucking liar. I don't know how else to say it. Completely dishonest and a pure, down to the ground ass liar. I just had to say that. So let's run it back just a little bit.
That outlet also, homeowner wants us out.
Electrical system, Williams, when she says she realized what he was doing with her home. She said Darius had blown the electrical system by hosting a commercial kitchen dinner without her permission.
The homeowner wants us out of the home, and we don't know why.
Williams made sure to go live on Instagram to accuse the homeowner of being the real bad guy.
That outlet also doesn't work.
He canceled the rest of the Dallas events, his customers reaching out when they did not get promised refunds. No response from you at all, and no refund for the 2 tickets I purchased. I am out $430 and a plane ticket. How long will it take to get my refund from the Dallas event? He blocked me immediately without responding.
Most legitimate businesses will quickly respond to a customer who complains that they didn't get what they paid for. But Darius Williams routinely ignores complaints to the Better Business Bureau, often blocks people who try to reach him through his social media sites, and then employs a tactic that no legitimate business would dare consider.
It's called doxing, maliciously posting someone's private information. When Danielle Holland anonymously criticized Williams for how he treats his customers, he responded by tweeting pictures of her children.
I see the caption that he put, which was "Tell Danielle Holland we say hello."
Williams also made public the cell number for the owner of that Dallas house, who called police when she realized what he was really doing. He urged his followers to call or text her. He later posted this Instagram video, bragging that the response was so great, police asked him to remove the phone number from his page.
That was, baby, when I tell you, y'all lick that phone up.
Well, according to his schedule, Williams is actually in Savannah this coming weekend for another Dining with Darius paid event. He's going to be serving alcohol. Let's hope he gets the right permits. And let's also hope that he's told the homeowner exactly what he's going to be doing with her property.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you mentioned that Airbnb has already taken action. Has Verbo weighed in on this?
No, apparently he's still allowed to book through Verbo. But that Texas homeowner, the one who called police to have him kicked out of her house, she said she tried to get Verbo to ban him, but they said just post a bad review about him. So she did. And she posted this: "He is the worst guest by far I have ever had."
Wow.
Well, no one wants to have their phone lit up for making a legitimate complaint.
Yes, it doesn't sound like that's the proper way to run a business, does it?
No.
No. All right, Randy, thanks.
William.
Yeah, this is sickening. This sickens me. I hate shit like this because I hate bullies and I hate people who do shit and get away. Now, you heard what he said. He said that Verbo said, yeah, we're not going to ban him. Just write a bad review about him. I hate people who do shit and just get away with it. Right? But anyway, you see it. Lies, deception. They once again have touched on people coming to him. This event got shut down because he damn near caused an electrical fire in these people's house. And they had to leave because she called the police. And he did not give these people their money back. Nor did he respond to their inquiries about getting their money back. Okay? So I really hope that I'm painting the picture of the type of person that this person, if you did not know, because a lot of people know, if you did not know, I hope that you understand this is speaking for itself. Okay? And this was a while ago. This was not recent. One last thing, two last things, and then we're going to wrap it up.
The Better Business Bureau of Metro Atlanta has issued a warning about doing business with a celebrity online chef.
Our I-team already investigated Darius Williams, who uses the name Darius Cooks for his business ventures based in Georgia.
Fox 5 I-team reporter Randy Travis back now with more. Randy?
Courtney and Russ, the BBB says more than 70 customers complained they paid Williams for cookbooks, cookware, or special dining events, yet didn't get the product or a refund. The warning comes as Williams found himself in a courtroom this week, facing one of his more vocal critics.
The history, the trail that follows Mr. Williams is rife with lies, with fraud, with harassment, with bullying.
The hearing in Cobb County Superior Court was supposed to decide whether Darius Williams should be granted a permanent restraining order against a woman he claims harassed him. Instead, the online chef faced allegations he's the one who routinely harasses his customers and critics online, a practice sometimes called doxing or trolling.
Trolling is making fun of someone or picking on someone.
And Williams certainly does that. Unusual for someone who claims to run a legitimate business. Williams posts multiple times a day to what he says are millions of followers. He also sells cookbooks and cookware through his website, charging fans to attend his Dining with Darius cooking events at short-term rental houses around the country. But some customers complain the celebrity chef never sent their product, but kept their money. His own reverse version of Dine and Dash.
For many food lovers, that would be bad enough. But when those customers try to get a refund, they say Williams never responded. And when they went on his social media pages to complain, Williams would block them or make public their personal information and encourage his faithful followers to fire back.
For one critic, Williams posted pictures of her young children. Another, Melanie Ford of Atlanta, says she was bombarded with hate-filled texts, calls, and comments from Darius Cooks fanatics.
That person that called me and threatened me and my parents, she didn't know us. She did it solely based off of weird kind of attachment to this man.
This wants to get clicks. He loves attention. This group of women that followed him love the drama, and so does he.
Sharika Blackman lives in Minot, North Dakota. She got the first cookbook she ordered, but when the second one never showed up, she complained to the Better Business Bureau.
He told me that the post office hadn't sent out the package yet. But when I called the post office, they told me that they hadn't received the package yet. All he did was print out a shipping label.
She said she discovered others on Williams' social media pages with similar complaints, so she added her comments.
And when I did that, he blocked me on social media.
He blocked you?
He did.
What'd you make of that?
I was very upset, especially since you already have my funds.
The BBB said Williams has not responded to any of the 70 complaints filed against him. Sharika said it finally took disputing the charge with her bank to get Williams to deliver that second cookbook, months after she complained to the BBB.
Even with all of the evidence that is surrounding him, that numerous people are experiencing the same thing, there are still people that are defending him and still upholding him in his trash behavior.
That's why his company has an F rating and a new BBB warning advising consumers to use caution when doing business with Darius Cooks.
He is now in reasonable fear for his safety that this woman is following him.
Back at the hearing, Williams' attorney urged the court to issue that permanent restraining order against Melanie Ford. She was seen near Williams while he was getting his hair cut the last time he came to town. A T-shirt was left on his car.
I had to have my depression and anxiety medication increased after this incident happened.
Ford didn't.
Now, he's sitting his ass, and I'm sorry, but I have to say something. You sitting your ass stuffed up in that suit talking about how you got to take more anxiety medication because this lady pulled up on you. All this shit that you've been doing or having your little bad wig minions doing. And this lady pulled up on you, and now you sitting up in court talking about you got to tell my anxiety. My doctor has had to increase my anxiety medication. What kind of shit is this?
Get a chance to testify before the hearing got extended to another day. The judge said he'd rule after that. Meantime, that chef special, trolling, appears to still be on the menu.
And so you're saying you do not troll people online? Not without reason.
Not without reason. Well, I reached out to Williams to see whether he had any comment on the BBB warning about his company. He wrote me back and said, I don't care. So I'm not sure that warning has made any difference to him.
All right, Randy, I'm sure you're going to keep up on this and see if any of these people get any satisfaction.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, Randy is on the case. Randy is on the case. Now, the comment on the screen, we got to talk about the comment on the screen, and then we're going to watch one more video. And then if there's anything else, we just going to have to split it into a part 2. But I think that we're done. The irony of all this, not being able to distinguish truth from lies, check sources, and assess credibility are all signs of poor literacy. So another full circle moment, right? The reason why Darius Cooks don't give a damn about these kids not being able to read and write is because he counts on people being dumb as hell. That's how he makes a living. If you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. If you can't see it, I ain't talking to you. It's not about you. It's not for you. He literally is counting on his followers and defenders to be dumbasses. Because all you have to do is do a simple search. A simple Google search will tell you everything you need to know about this man. That's it. So yes, it is so ironic because he's sitting up and he's crying and he's doing this performance where he's pretending as though he has these deep emotions and cares so much about children being literate. And yet, he is relying upon everybody, not reading comments, not comprehending the comments, not being able to do research on their own, not being able to distinguish the truth from lies, and in general, not being able to tell when a person is being disingenuous as hell right in front of you. This is all so sickening. So this was a while ago, but there are still people who are getting scammed by Darius Cooks. This was 6 days ago. Okay? There are still women after all of these things who are still getting their money tooken. Because I love when people be saying that. Speaking of illiteracy, they're still getting their money tooken by Darius Cooks. Okay? So let's listen to what this lady said, and we're going to read a couple comments and we're going to move on.
I was an influencer because my friends and I spent a lot of money for this event. And what's crazy is I've been looking up on TikTok for the last 2 weeks details, and it's not a whole bunch. Dining with Darius is a no. You drop he drops the location, time, and place because it's exclusive and it's a limited dining experience the day of the event. And I'm sitting here in my car the day of the event at 7 p.m. No information's been dropped. No location, no time. It's dinner time and it's still nothing dropped. You don't respect people. You don't want to keep your word. And I personally understand that stuff happens. I mean, we all switched our days. My one friend works an hour away, changed. I canceled my nighttime clients, all to do this culinary journey, 7-course meal by celebrity chef, and you've not sent anything. So even if you were going to cancel, you could have sent something yesterday, this morning. Life happens. I wish I was an influencer, but you know what? TikTok is good about getting this to the right audience. Dining with Darius is a no. I hope he sees this because I definitely have time. Don't do that. Don't waste people's money. We're actually supporting you. We wanted to sit with you and dine with you. You said we could bring containers. Here's my container. Like, really? Really? So, no. Anybody else had an experience? Yeah, you can comment, can say what you want, and they better refund that money. Disgusting.
Let me move y'all comments for a second. So let's look at the comments here. Somebody said, but why? She said, why was I going? Because I was invited by my friend. Clearly, I was not aware of who Darius was or his history. Somebody said, Darius, as in Darius Cooks, y'all still let this man scam y'all? Girl, just type his name in Google and you'll see this is his MO. Somebody said, I thought he moved out the country. I wish. They're talking about that restaurant in Bali. Somebody said, girl, he been left Bali after that business failed. Somebody said he was scammed by the folks in Bali. They took his money and came back to the U.S. Well, somebody said, what research did you do, sis? She said, none. Because I was invited by my friend. Now, maybe it's just me. I have been told by my friends that I am very type A. If somebody invites me to a place, I'm going to know all the information that will make me comfortable enough to go there. I need to know the parking situation. I need to know how far we got to walk from the car to the entrance. I need to know what time they close. I need to know what type of food they serve. I need to know what the food look like. What's the menu like? I need to know what are people dressed like. I need to know all the details before I go to a place. That's just me. I am not somebody called me and say, hey girl, let's go down to, wherever. And I just say, all right, let's go. I'll be ready in 30 minutes. Hell no. I need time in advance, and I also need to do my research online. Sorry, I don't like going into situations where I don't feel comfortable because I didn't know how it was before I got there. Y'all ever been to a place where they got these like hipster places where the chairs are super small and like the legs are so skinny? I'm not going there. But see, I will know that before I get there because I will do my research online. Now, this lady and her friend, they're victims. Okay. I do consider them to be victims. However, I think that you need to always be checking. Okay. And if you listen to what she said, she kind of emphasizes, we wanted to dine with you. We wanted to, these people, I need to be specific. These women are so drawn to this man. So drawn to this man that they want to be in a room with him and 25 other people. They want his attention. They want to eat his food. Do y'all know that for you to eat food from someone you don't know, and I know we all go to restaurants and we all order food at places, but this is a little bit more intimate, right? It's not like you're just going to McDonald's or someplace and just ordering food out of the drive-thru. We all do that. This is a situation where this is almost like a date. It's like a date with a bunch of other people. It's very intimate. You're going to be in a place with somebody that you've only met online, and they're going to cook for you, and you're going to eat their food. This is strange to me, to want to be that close to a person that you don't know, to want to have that level of intimacy to a man that you don't know. And again, I don't know if they know this or not, but this is a gay man. There's 25 women in the room. He don't want none of you. He wants your money. Oh, yeah. He wants your money, but he's not interested in anything you have to give him other than that. And I'll be damned if I pay my money and sit outside and wait for somebody, especially if I'm hungry. So what I take from this video is we have women who are treating this man, and I guess that's like one of the themes of all of this, is you're treating a man like he's God. You're treating him like he is some type of God, and like you are going to be blessed to be in his presence. And you're trusting him with eating food that he's prepared. And you want to sit by him, and you want him to look at you. It gives that you want to have an experience like with a person that you think is like a God. And that is why he feels so empowered to do the horrendous shit that he does, because y'all are treating him like he's God. So he feels like he can smite you, he can dox you, he can do whatever he wants to do, or he can have someone else do it, because that is how you're propping him up to feel. I want y'all to get y'all money back. I don't think you should be spending your money on this shit. No way. I don't know how y'all still getting scammed by Darius Cooks in 2026. I want y'all to get y'all money back because I can't stand this man. That's the only reason that I want y'all to get y'all money back. Otherwise, I would say, oh, well. But because I cannot stand this milk dud head ass man, I want y'all to get y'all money back. But I also really want y'all to try, for the love of God, before you spend any more than $10 on something, I need you to do a little bit of research. And stop taking off work to go have dinner with a man that you don't know in a house where he's hosting an event where he's not supposed to be hosting, that can get shut down by the police at any time. The shit can get cut short 30 minutes into it, and he's going to tell you, oh, $289. I'm sorry, baby, that's people's light bills right now. In the summer in America, that's people's light bill money. Is $289. Now, granted, if you got $289 to spend on dinner, you should have your light bill paid. But I'm just saying, that's not a small amount of money. Yes. Heavy on this. Heavy on this. They think that he is safe because he's gay. I long for the day when women realize that a gay man is a man. That a man who is a transsexual that wears wigs and makeup and might even pass for a woman, if you didn't know any better, is a man. I long for the day that we realize collectively, all of us, not just half of us, that a man is a man. And I believe that it is their nature to take from us and to desire to take from us. Everything we have talked about is a grown-ass man taking something from somebody. He said he gonna fix your credit. He took your money and he didn't fucking do it. He said you can come and have dinner with him. He took your money and the cops got called and he had to leave, or he didn't show up at all. Young girl that he works with. Hey, let me use your Verbo account. Let me use your Airbnb account, girl. I'm locked out of mine. It don't work. I truly believe that once women Once we all get on the same page and understand that this is how these men are, their nature is to take from us or to attempt to take from us, and that's not safe. Somebody wanting to take something from you, that's not a safe person. And just because they're gay and y'all like the same things and things like that, I don't have a connection with no man just because I sleep with men and he sleep with men. We got to have a deeper connection than that, right? We have to have a deeper connection than you like that and I like that too. There must be something else. And I will never feel safe with you just because you're gay. You're a man with an apostrophe. You're a man with an accent. Oh, well. You're a man with a little squiggly line above the end, like in Spanish. You're just, a man with sprinkles on top. Like, you are the same. You might be a little bit cleaner, but I don't think that you understand me more or any less than any other man. You are a man. You're always going to put yourself first. And at the end of the day, you're going to take whatever you can take from me. And a lot of these men, I'm telling y'all, we have been conditioned to believe that, men just want sex. Men just want sex. Baby, let me tell y'all something. These men, I don't even think at this point that they want that. They want your money. Okay? We have been conditioned and brought up to believe that these men want one thing from you. They're only about one thing, which is sex. These men are about your wallets now. Okay? They want your money. Okay? So this is an example of that. This is a man who wants your money. And so now, bringing it back to this video, because we're going to close. Bringing it back to this video of him crying and all this, y'all called it. Okay? There is going to be, this is a saga, and there's going to be different parts, and it's going to escalate and continue. Next thing we know, we might see him on Good Morning America. And again, he is going to be the face and the pioneer of adult advocacy for children who are illiterate. We're not going to hear anything about how it's the parents' job to teach the kids. We're not going to hear anything about how these parents don't raise their kids and don't really give a damn. We're just going to see a big black man with tears, that wear glasses, that has tears coming out down his face, and he cares about kids so much. And this is going to turn into, I have a nonprofit organization, I have another business. As I have shown you, ladies, he's excellent at starting a business. So I can only imagine what type of business he can start now that he's got even more attention on him. Because like we said earlier, there's so many women who don't know who this dude is. When I saw this video, I instantly knew who he was. But there are so many people who are actively being fooled by this man because they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue about his history and the things that I've shown y'all. And mind y'all, there's so much more on Darius Cooks. This is what I have shown y'all in almost 3 hours is like nothing compared to the deep dives, specifically that one guy that he has done over the years. This is nothing. He's backhanded. He's a bully. He is evil. Allegedly. Okay? This is not a person that you want with your kids. This ain't a person you want around you. So what he's doing now is he's rebranding. I will stress this again. A scammer can't do the same scam forever. They have to at some point move on to a new scam because the block has been very hot, but we got to move to something different. We have to. And so that's what we're seeing right now with Darius. We're going to replace her on the screen. I hope you, ma'am, I hope you get your money back. But I really don't think you're going to get your money back. So that's where we're at right now. We're rebranding. Okay? We're rebranding because we want to, because we have to. Okay? We're doing something different. Just for the hell of it. Who knows? Who knows what's going on in that fucked up ass brain of his? I don't want to know. He would never get a dime of my money. And I really hope that some people who need to see this video or any video about him, it ain't got to be mine, any video, understand what's really going on. Okay? Y'all care more about this man than y'all do about kids. He cares more about his career and getting y'all money than he does about kids ever. This man don't care about no kids. His eyes are freaking me out. I can't even look at this. I cannot look at him crying like this. So we'll watch him do this while we close on out. We'll watch him slide around the classroom being extra. If I found out as a parent, if I were a parent and I found out and I saw this video and my child went to this high school and I thought for us, even if I knew for a fact he's not talking about my child would not be in this class no more. Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to exploit my child. You're not going to expose my child. You're not going to put them in any additional harm's way. If I had a child and my child was in this man's class, I would cuss his ass out. I would cuss his ass out. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. My hope is that he is fired. I hope that he has violated some type of policy. And I hope that he is fired and dismissed from his role doing this shit. And let's try again. Let's try again and try to respawn. Next, he's going to be a doctor. Next, he's going to be a heart surgeon, or he's going to be doing BBLs, or he's going to be doing lip fillers. I mean, we don't know what he's going to fucking do next. At this point, he's just trying it all out. And people keep supporting him, so he's going to keep doing it. If my child was in this class, I would cuss his ass out. From the rooter to the tutor. Because you did not mean well. You exposed this school. You did not mean well. And your track record is fucked up. How dare you sit up here and talk about how these kids can't read and write? It's so important that they do learn how to read and write so they can read that fine print. So a motherfucker won't be scamming their ass like how you have scammed so many people. But, and this is my last point, you sat up, Darius, and talked about Black boys and Black girls because as a Black person, I have to appeal to other Black people. How do I do that? Emotionally. Black people are very emotional. That's a fact. We are the most emotional people, right? Good and bad. We are very emotional. We are very sensitive about a lot of things, right? So unfortunately, that means that even other Black people are going to exploit Black people and exploit their emotions like he did in this video. Talk about Black boys and Black girls can't read and it's painful and it's killing me. But the only fucking people who you scammed and exploited and stole from were Black people. I ain't see one white lady come out and say, now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some white ladies who bought a crock pot and didn't get their money. But the main victims of your scams are Black people, and you have the audacity to sit up here and talk about Black boys and Black girls like you give a damn about Black people. You hate Black people, and you specifically hate Black women. Because that's who you go after, and that's who you dox, and that's who you talk about their wigs, and you make fun of them and put them on a t-shirt and do all this other shit and post their kids and all this shit that I would beat your ass over if it was me. But I'm just saying, okay? Hypothetically, in a made-up scenario. How dare you sit up and try to exploit people's emotions talking about Black children when you hate Black people? You hate Black people. You hate Black women. Bad. Your biggest supporters, you hate them bad. You hate them bad. And what is so sad to me, and also not even sad at this point, it infuriates me, is that Black women just don't see that. You do not see that the people who you support the most hate you, exploit you. And they hate you and they exploit your love for them, which to me is a form of hate. So there has to be some There has to be some point where, and I keep saying, this has to change, but it's not going to change. So I guess what I'm here for is to highlight this bullshit. I'm going to highlight it because I don't think it's going to change. I think Black women will continue to support Black men no matter what. No matter if they got a wig and a dress on, no matter if they got a bald shiny head, as long as they are male and Black women are going to be there, and they're going to put their boots on, and they're going to run when the man say run. So I'm going to just highlight it because I don't think it's going to change. So I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to hope that people who understand what I'm saying get it. And if you don't get it, then it's not for you. Because this type of shit, to me, it just pisses me off. It pisses me off. I have always hated this fucking man. The moment I saw him dump all them seasonings on that chicken, I hated this man. And he has just given me 99 more reasons to hate his ass. I hate people who exploit other people's vulnerability and weakness and their emotions. Even if I think those other people need to be stronger. I hate that. Because that's what predators do. And we talked about predators in episode 6. And I'm tired of their ass. I'm just over it. I'm over the predatory behavior. I'm tired. And this is predatory. So I get it. The kids can't read. But y'all already knew that. Y'all already knew that. This ain't fucking new. America can't read. America can't write. Read the comments. Y'all heard me stumbling over them big figures that he had to pay for that credit repair business. Y'all heard me go 159,000, 100,000. Bitch, yeah. Okay? America has a literacy problem. We didn't need Darius Cooks to come out and tell us none of this shit. We already knew it. We already knew it. This is another grift. So I'm going to keep everybody posted. I don't want to see this man. I don't want to talk about this man. I hate this fucking man. I'm sorry, I do. But I'm going to highlight some shit that needs to be highlighted. If it needs to be highlighted. Because I just can't stand it. I can't just sit by and stand this. So I'm going to close out with that. Don't give this man none of y'all fucking money, please. Because he's going to come out and he is going to say, here's my GoFundMe, here's this, because I'm building this and I'm starting this. Please don't give this man no money. Okay? Please don't give this man no money because I have shown y'all can't say I didn't show y'all what he does with people's money. Okay? And what he does if you don't like his service. You're in danger dealing with this man. This is a predator. And that's a fact. We can laugh and kiki, but he's a predator. That's what it all boils down to. He's a predator and he don't have no business being around no kids. He don't have any business being in somebody's classroom and he playing right now. He's playing. And he really needs ass whooped. Bad. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like the video on your way out. If you're watching the replay, please like the video. Please turn on the notifications so you guys know when I'm live, so I can talk to y'all when I'm live. Okay? I appreciate everybody for being here because this was a lot. This is a lot. So I appreciate everybody who came in and stayed until the end because I had some stuff to say. Because this shit was really bothering me. And if I didn't say nothing about Darius Cooks tonight, when I tell y'all, last night I was up looking at clips. I'm like, okay, let me, this clip, this is relevant. Yes, we need this. We need to show this. I almost did not want to go to sleep last night because I said, I need to talk about that. I don't care if nobody hears me. I need to talk about this man. I don't care if I have to talk about him to myself. I need to talk about this man. I was wired last night, being reminded of all this other shit that he did that I've already known about, but just watching these clips again and then watching him having the nerve to sit here crying, and then the comments were infuriating me. I just almost couldn't sleep last night. Because I was so turned up about coming on here and talking about this man. So I really, really appreciate y'all watching this video. I really, really appreciate y'all leaving comments, and I will see y'all in the next one. And I hope everybody has a great night.